Oh, you know, chat. I think we might. Oh, I see what happened here. Haha. I was like, I swear I turned on VTube Studio. Yeah. It turns out that if I Alt Tab from it, it doesn't like to minimize. Also, can we just talk about how I actually remembered to turn the green screen off today? And break immediately. Oh, I always forget to do that. JJ 70 stream streak. Holy shit! I didn't even notice you sneak in on Saturday. It's good to see you. Hey, Rufus, did you bring it up for the whole class? I did actually. Yes. We used the Squeeble's coffee maker. Don't worry. Don't scare Roar away. We need him to stream more. The issue of streaming more is I've just been busy. Hello, Gremlin. How's it going? Ninja, welcome in. First time. Basil, congrats on getting first. Very nice. Oh, and even though Cruiser was actually here at the emotes first, Basil sniped it. That's hilarious. Brugo, good to see you as well. Jalen, good to see you. T, good to see you. Have I missed anyone? No, I think we're... Oh, no, there's Krill, there's Major Meow. Wow, so many faces I haven't seen in a while. Man, I should probably stream my main game more often, eh, guys? So, I also noticed there's a lot of handstand push-up. No. You can have normal push-ups. I'm not doing handstand push-ups. I'm not Sporticus. Alright. I actually just cleaned up my office too, so I have room for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's been a while since I've done push-ups. That's gonna be sore. Hope you're having a good day. I am having a good day, thank you. Alright, water yourself, hard hat guy. Thank you. I just grabbed my water and a coffee, so you can actually have water today. Always a nice little treat for me. I googled it just for you. It doesn't require equipment. Yes, but I'm telling you, I am physically incapable. I am around 200 pounds, and most of it is in my legs. I've seen you a lot in other people's chats. Yeah, I get around. Alright, so. Today's idea. Let's talk about what today's plans are, actually. First off, let's get some music in here. I feel like we kind of need music. It's been a while since I've had to do music. So what do we feel like listening today? I will let chat pick a game's music. I'm kind of vibing with Halo, I want to say. Does anyone have anything against Halo today? Thunder Pies? No, not really. I'm just very tall, so the weight's pretty proportional. But yeah, if I can't physically do it, Rufus, I can't do it. So you gotta find more leg stuff. Yeah, true. Yeah, my arms have always been rather thin. I very much am a leg build. I'd be down for Halo. Most is in your legs. Or doesn't skip leg day. Well, archaeology, right? So you spend 12 hours a day squatting, and you're doing like 10-kilometer hikes. I haven't done it in a year and a half now, but the muscles come back quite easily. And I've also been like exercising more, just trying to get a little bit back into shape. Final Fantasy music? Never really heard it. Play War without reason. It has to be copyright free. Nice try. Stretch, thank you for the stretch tea. Everyone in the should unfollow in protest. Well, what do you want to do? Turn off the ads? That's not how Twitch works. It's either I set the ads at free an hour, or 3 minutes an hour, or Twitch sets them at was it 30 seconds every 15 minutes or some shit like that? It's insane. Alright, you know what? We'll do the usual Zelda music today, since chat has not had a conclusive opinion on what we should do. There we go. Do let me know, as always, if that's too loud. It seems to be a little bit too quiet for y'all. I'm just going to increase that a little bit. Let's do that a little bit more, shall we? Do let me know if that's too loud, of course, but I think that should be good, judging by audio levels. And you know what we're going to do? For the first time in Roasting VT history, I'm actually going to put my glasses on first stream. I say first time, I put them on for Star Wars all the time, but... Hey, sir, thank you for the 18 months. Holy shit. Told you. Joke's on you, I can't get ads anyway. That's so sad, Aperture. It's so sad that Twitch pulled out of Korea. My entire Korean audience, it's just reduced to atoms. As far as Twitch is apparently pushing for 4 minutes per hour, even when set to free. Really? Does corporate greed know no bounds? One of the big issues with nowadays, there's so much short-term greed that sacrifices long-term profitability. Because it only takes a few, like, you know, miscalculated campaigns in order to completely lose a customer base. It's like, yeah, Twitch is pretty good for live streaming, but it's not a monopoly like YouTube is with videos, right? Sorry, one second. You can see that I'm looking down because I'm fidgeting with something. Just a fidgety little guy today. I'm taking my glasses off right now, actually. No Twitch and NK. Oh my god. How do you have North Korean viewers? Do I? I know I have South Korean. Driver obsession with local businesses? Well, no, I'm talking about Twitch's 4 minutes for the local greed. I know Twitch pulling out of Korea was probably due to Sony, if I had to take a wild guess, or Korea's native live streaming platform. But, getting back to those shareholder profits, I just feel like capitalism would be better without shareholders, that's all. I think venture capitalism should leave. Hype training coming? Oh no. Alright, I can read chat now. Eat the stockholders? True. As someone who makes quite a bit of stock, right? You know? You eat the stock. Actually, no, don't eat the stockholders. Now that I think about it. Because if I make, like, beef stock or something, then I'm holding it, like, waiting for it to cool down to put it into the freezer. I don't want to get eaten. 3 or 4 switch to pay 10 times the other country's to operate here. Yeah, exactly. That's my point, right? Roar can't read. Not without my glasses. Hence why the Vtuber model has the glasses nowadays. And it seems like today the glasses aren't fucking with the model, which is nice. If I look over here, is it gonna be weird? No, okay. It works, it works. Me when they're rich. Alright. So today's plan. We hit the wrong button. There we go. So today's plan is I want to work. Actually, you know what, chat? I'll open the floor a little bit. Do we want to do custom campaign stuff? Or do we want to do more Deepwater Guard? Because on one hand, I do Deepwater Guard all the time. Also, for those of you who are new here, probably from V's chats, Arrow's chat, or Raven's chat, just know that this is my main game. We kind of do game design mixed with 3D modeling, mixed with, I guess, an art stream? I don't know how to describe the experience. You're probably not going to understand what's going on, but that's okay, because you should speak confidently about things anyway, especially when you don't know what's going on. That's what I told V to do for her master's thesis. Build an SD craft? I have one. Yo, we can become the shareholders? True, if you subscribe today, you become a shareholder in the stream. My glasses. I can't see without my glasses. I can see without my glasses, I just usually refuse to. It's more of a it's less of an ability and more of an on principle thing. Like if I don't have my glasses on, it means I do not want to perceive. But if everyone was a shareholder and equally much shareholders, it's like Minecraft, but not actually Minecraft. Yeah, I just tell people it's Minecraft. We're just doing a Minecraft build stream, except it's a boat. Main game, didn't you play this like 2 years ago? The last time you played it? Oh my god. To be fair, I think the last stream in that case was also 2 years ago. It's hard to believe we started 2 years ago. Feels wild to me. Great, you can now make boats. Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, this is just the Minecraft Create build stream. Like, Create modded Minecraft. I haven't played Create yet in Minecraft. It's something I do want to do, though. Alright, let's start. I'm just going to work on a small little Pathos-style ship to get back into the game. It's been a while since I've played, so... About 2 months, actually. I think May was the last time I really seriously played FTD. Let's just make... I kind of want to have a very small boat to actually work alongside the Privateer, because the Privateer was meant to be a light cruiser for our fleet, right? And it ended up being a cruiser. I forgot we had the Blackguard, we have the... Huh. You know, you think I would organize this better after all this time? Here we go. This one. Yeah, it's already 200,000, so we need something a little bit smaller than this. This guy was a little bit too expensive. Hopefully something pilferer-sized, I think. Create aeronautics, too. Is Create any good? Maybe, like, honestly, what if we just did a community Minecraft server where we played with Create? Have we considered this? I often do not wish to be perceived. You should take the glasses back off. Alright, no worries, Jalen, I got you. That's the wrong one, that was my travel toggle. There we go. Alright. So, man, when was the last time we did a stream without the glasses? That looks so unnatural to me. Honestly, in my opinion, is okay. Yeah, is it like, so keep in mind, the last time I really did like modded Minecraft was Buildcraft and Industrial Craft, and like Better Than Wolves, right? Oh, and Flan's mod pack back in the day, but like all this immersive engineering, this is all newfound technology to me. I'm however old and like stuff more akin to Tekkit. Yeah, I played Tekkit, I played Bucket, right? Or at least we had Bucket, I don't know. I think Bucket was the plugin for the server. There's Tekkit, and then I think around Feed the Beast is when I stopped playing. And then all the mods came out, and that was like, I'm not really interested. Alright. What if we made this a sailing craft? Have we considered this? Also, I still like that we have the little chains here. This is a really cute idea. I'm very happy with how the Privateer turned out, honestly. It's probably my best ship by far so far. Which makes me want to rebuild the Freebooter again, TM. But it's like when a person who wears glasses every day takes them off. Well, it was funny because when I first got the glasses, it was strange, right? It was a little bit Uncanny Valley. But now it's Uncanny Valley not having them on. Really enjoy your work. Create is goated, but I like immersive engineering and dieselpunk vibes. I'll just create add-on that adds oil source that. Oh, neat. I thought immersive engineering has oil. I know they're very compatible because I swear I've seen an immersive engineering plus create mod, but Bucket is like the plug-in loader, same as UF4. Okay, I thought so, yeah. Feed the Beast these days is okay, but all the mod packs start feeling the bit samey. Yeah. How do you go about making deep underground turret caps? Alrighty, so. Depends on what you're making. But basically, I like to use ERA somewhere around the mantlet, as you can see here. So this one's based off the ransack turrets, I just widen them out. But basically, metal base, you know, metal somewhere to frame the top section, but never in between two barrels. If it's one barrel, it would probably just be on the edges. If it's two barrels like this, put it on the outer edge, and then the inner edge would be wood. And then you have to have the cheeks be a little bit of wood as well. So I went for a more square turret option here, as you can see. Hello? There we go. You can see how they rotate. It's all metal for the what's it called? I'm forgetting the word right now. What's the word, Chad? It's been too long since I've done this. What was the word? For this little segment right here. The turret cap, you have it's the neck guard piece. We have a specific word for it, and I'm blanking on it right now. He roars too much. I don't mean the ugly protagonist takes off their glasses and everyone realizes they're actually beautiful the whole time. Oh my god. Oh, I love 90s tropes. You should have two Rorsons on stream. One with glasses, one without. There are two Rorsons in front. There are two Rorsons in front of you. One only tells lies. The other only truth. Which one is which? The joke's on you. They both only tell lies. But. Alright. Yeah, I think we're gonna do our usual shenanigans with the bow here. I think we can make him a little bit bigger though. Let's do this. No, actually, let's keep it small. We'll keep him small today. There we go. And then we'll do. Do I really only want one area here? So this isn't like classical Pathos style. This is something I do for my own Pathos style. Otherwise, I get bored in the game if I build the same style every time. Plus, it's also nice for builders, especially Deep Water Guard builders. If you're gonna be building Deep Water Guard, have your own flair when you build. It really adds to a build. Yeah, this is gonna be a really small craft. So actually, I think I'm gonna make it quite a shallow keel. Oh, I feel so slow compared to how I used to build. First time characters with glasses like Ayani from Blue Archive. I have never played Blue Archive. Is it actually worth it? Because people always mention like, oh, it's Blue Archive or like stuff like that. I've just never really played it. Let's do the first pattern will be 1-4-1. Also, if anyone has any questions, even if you don't play the game, please feel free to ask. I don't want anyone feeling left out because they might not understand the game. I want you feeling left out forever, like more sinister reasons. Alright, get some wood up here now. So because that is a 4-meter beam down there, we're gonna make this a 2-meter beam. So that way it's offset, and you can actually see like the metal crimp out a little bit, and it just makes it feel a little bit better to regard. And of course, because it's 2-part guard, we make that purple, and that can be the start to our little craft. I think we're gonna do one water wheel at the back here. Hey, Cookie Monster, how's it going? Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been focusing on YouTube mostly. Question: how to feel inspired? So there's multiple times. What do you like? What ideally, in an ideal world, Rufus, what would you be doing? So for me, right, I have Deepwater Guard to fall back on because there's so many Deepwater Guard ideas I've had written down over the years, especially like my survey books, my sketchbooks from when I do archaeology. Because you'll be out on survey or you'll be out like site managing somewhere, and you just kind of have to sit around waiting for work to happen, right? So I have a bunch of drawings from my survey days. So anytime I run an inspiration, I just go back to what I thought of back then and then build those. Okay. What do I want to do this actually? I think. Oh, do I build the hull first? Remember drawing concepts of the Second American Civil War RTS game during middle school? Confederate Navy had a paddle boat armed with a grinding wheel at the front. Yeah, try it out. That could be cool. And now I tend to draw people and struggle with anything outside of that. All right, well, you might just be more organically inclined than I am, right? I'm very mechanically inclined. I can't really draw organics very easily, but I can draw a lot of ships and whatnot. All right, sorry, I'm gonna be yapping as I work on this here because I am very far behind on most of my projects for the year for this. All right, let's do. I want to have the first turret here actually. So what we're gonna do, I think, is we're gonna copy how the privateer does bow. Yeah. So what is that? That is like there. Go. Let's not paint that. Is that how I did it? I feel like that's how I did it. Yeah, that is how I did it. Nice. You can do the same anchor style, which will always be cool. Ah, do I like that? No, I think the swashbuckler needs to be unique. Maybe some casemates in the hull. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. The issue is the size. Question actually, I missed the stream where my build was part of React, so do I want to know if the VODs are just everywhere or is there some sort of structure to it? VODs are in the VODs channel. So if you go to my YouTube, there's a little link in the description there. Click on the more links, there's a VODs channel where all my FTD stuff is. You'll just have to remember which stream it was, like what day it was. Because I do not remember when you submitted stuff. So the last FTD stream was 3 weeks ago, back in June, and then the one before that was a month ago. So there hasn't been too many FTD streams at least recently, because I've been kind of burnt out on it the last 2 months. So you should have time to get in there and just quickly go for the roast, right? I sadly must away. No worries, Rufus. Can I also say like the word? Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, YouTube has been a lot of fun for me, especially the Sansa 6 series. Rome got like 85,000 views, and I'm just finishing up Sparta this week. I meant to finish it back on June 15th, but my footage corrupted, and then the game save corrupted due to updates with because I was in the alpha branch, because the devs let me have early access. Very kind of them. So I've been struggling with the Sansa 6 video, but hopefully after I get Sparta done, I can then do the next two, which maybe I'll spoil today. We'll see. We'll see how well chat behaves, whether or not I spoil the next video or not. I guess I could really had an idea about making mechs. True, you could. Keep in mind, you don't have to make the mechs functional. You can always have someone else do the functionality, and you just make it look good, right? Symbol AA weapons decoed into it. Maybe we'll see. Near the super rare if it gets flatter, kind of like the crossbones with its grams. So the issue with that is that we kind of already did that with the privateer in terms of having the torpedoes where the grams would be, right? So I want to avoid this setup again. So I think what we'll do this time is we'll probably have a smokestack over top of a water wheel. Do some really good verticality. So like have this back here and then have it like on stilts above it almost, or almost on a platform above it, but not Bluetooth, of course. And then, what's the shtick? Yeah, we're trying to figure out the shtick right now. I want a light cruiser, and I mean it this time, like less than 100k, or maybe like 120. Sorry, I had to sneeze there real quick. Yeah, because ideally what I would want for this, I think, is I want to have, something that can be, I don't know if I want to do rapid fire and guns again. I assume I'll try it, but yeah, finding out. So actually, that's a great segue. I think I'm more horizontally inclined based, but I think the biggest part for me, Syrup, when building the deep water guard design, and you know this as well, is the all right. Let's figure out what the shtick is, because if you don't have a shtick, deep water guard can be very boring. Like a pocket battleship. Well, yeah, that's what I said. I want something that rivals the Pilferer, right? So let's get our size comparison out here. Because ideally, the Swashbuckler would replace the Pilferer in my fleet. Because God knows I'm not going to use the Pilferer, but I need something around that cost and size. Something bigger than a Selkie or a Blackguard that can support them without breaking the budget like the Privateer unfortunately does. Because, yeah, so about 120k is where I want. Because I'm already at 200k for this. The freebooter is probably going to be 300k. I think at the moment it's... Yeah, it's already 100,000 with just the up armored program. The current completed one, I think, is, yeah, almost 300,000. So the new freebooter will be 300,000. So, So what are your dimensions? 109, 27, 34, 97, 25, 20. Okay, that's not bad. Right now we're at 11. Okay, so we got some room for growth here. Okay. Let's get the frame done. Normally I would want to build the turrets first, but what we can do is we can always modify the frame around the turrets afterwards. Make it a monitor and the superstructures on the turret. Trust. Oh, so it's such a good idea. I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that. Pocket battleship, maybe like tiny. Fair-handed, a deep water guard hydrofoil. I'm not interested in hydrofoils is the issue. What category does the Pilferer fall under? By my category, so when Carb added it to the game, it was called a pocket battleship, which to be fair, back then it was actually a pretty decent build craft. 7k volume, that's probably light cruiser territory for me. Like very small light cruiser territory. The Privateer, for example, was intended as my light cruiser, compared to the freebooter, which I get to show off again. So the freebooter is my heavy cruiser. So these being both cruisers within the same volume range is nice. I go off volume, because I use volume kind of as like tonnage displacement. So, for example, 21,000 volume displacement. I think that's battle cruiser level, actually. What was the HMS Hood's displacement? I'm sure one of you knows it offhand. Unfortunately, I am not one of you. It was 46,000 wontons. Okay, so we're significantly smaller than battle cruisers. So I'd say we're still in the heavy cruiser range. Have any ideas for a super battleship or a large battleship? Yeah, we have, you'll see here, I have a tab called flagships. Right here. I'm gonna have a different flagship going against each faction. It's gonna be very fun. I have a battle carrier prepped for the Port Royale there against something, I'm sure. And then the Flotsam as well is a interesting critter that I have to rework at some point. You have a submarine hunter? I don't think I do yet, actually. The Privateer's torpedoes could go after submarines, but nothing like specialized against it. That could be an interesting idea for this guy. So I was thinking of making it kind of like, So I guess this will be our destroyer then, eh? I'm not against that. Because right now we have let's look at everything we have for the campaign right now. We have that's our little like weather balloon. Did I ever finish this? Oh, I did, based, huge. Yeah, so there's our little like recon guy. We have the Selkie, which was my beloved. Combination Sea-Wiz and artillery platform. So I've been kind of using them as like escorts for the freebooter or for the privateer, especially the privateer since the Selkie has a Sea-Wiz, whereas the privateer doesn't. Freebooter has Sea-Wiz, so it needs a little bit less escorts than usual. And then we have the Tributary, which is a cargo ship, so I don't need to spawn that in. Then we've been working on the Blackguard as well, which I don't think I've finished yet. But it's a long-range cram ship. Yeah, it wasn't done last time here because I want to get the loader in the back here. But I will say this is surprisingly more competent than I remember it being. It mostly just needs deco left, so that's not too bad actually. Okay, honestly though, I'm thinking about it, guys. I kind of want to use the new sails for this next design here for the Swashbuckler. Like, what if we had, instead of a water wheel, what if we had a massive sail on the back? How would I get that to work? Maybe an offset triangle sail, kind of like a Polynesian sail, coming off the side of the superstructure? And then we can have like a smaller... Oh, you know what? We could totally afford a smaller engine bay if we have the sail. Big fin with no explanation? Maybe that's... It kind of gets close to the prowler idea. Because, like, imagine this, right? But, like, you have... Like, maybe over here, you just have, like, a sail coming across. Maybe it doesn't work. Unless I offset the superstructure itself, but... Because I always love exploring alternate propulsion methods for Deepwater Guard craft. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because we haven't done any craft yet with pontoons, actually, now that I think about it. One of your mods into a cult? I'm not surprised by this. Also, my mods were already in a cult, but they inducted themselves into. So I feel like it's kind of on them at this point. Pure anti-air like the Corsair? Well, that's kind of what the Privateer does already. The Privateer is our anti-air guy. It's not pure anti-air, mind you, but its guns are able to take out the squirrel, which is good enough for me. Where he's in the Final Fantasy mines. Interesting, because he told me he had work today. He told me he couldn't join for to help build the Swashbuckler because he had work today. Curious. I'll be consulting him in staff chat later. All right. No, I know he's burnt out on FD like I was, so there's no worries there. Alright, yeah, let's just build out another... Let's get a basic idea of what we want here, I think. Not like that, please. Hasn't he suffered enough? I don't know, I feel like he could suffer a little bit more as a treat. You know, it does build character, and he is British. Alright, oh, whoops, there we go. Man, the muscle memory is there, but it feels so, like, strange. You know? Okay. That already feels too long, so I actually don't like that. Let's get our main turret in at the front here. Probably do like a 9x9 turret. Put you in here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about how deep it will be. Let's actually make it one bigger, sorry. I messed up. There we go. There we go. Because then we can do this. There we go. Yeah, and that's what... Okay, I did have to move it one down. I knew there was a reason why I had it moved one down. Might also have to just make it wider in general. Dead Red, I asked my question. I feel targeted. I told you to check the VODs question, the VODs channel. Hey, Live, how's it going? How strong are the builds supposed to be? I model all of my builds to be Deepwater Guard hard. So the idea is I'm going to beat an entire easy campaign with Deepwater Guard only craft. And I'm doing it on a tech system. So when I beat one faction, I unlock their tech. But I still, if I want to use that tech, I still have to do it in a Deepwater Guard fashion. So, for example, if I want to get like, for example, I beat Lightning Hoods, I unlock energy weapons, right? I can then build a pack, sure, but I have to do it in Deep Water Guard fashion. So I've decided to do Tesla coils for my Deep Water Guard pack. Also, I was right the first time, believe it or not, actually. I gotta start trusting myself on this. I did need 4 down, so that I have room for everything I need. Alright. Let's put you down here. There we go. It'll make us a little bit. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that tall though. So honestly, maybe I just go to a 7x7. Make the Tetris harder though, of course. Or we could also just make it a shallower craft. Now that I think about it, I just like having the 4 meter beam slopes because it tends to work out well. But I theoretically don't need that. And again, you know what? Who's to say? Who's to know? Because that's gonna be where our first turret is. Is that nose too big? Probably not. I think that should be fine. But if when you beat the Steel Striders and you're able to use railguns, it has to be static. How will ships to get air with those giant tubes? Yeah, maybe. By the time I have Steel Striders, I'll already have railguns from beating the white flares, though. You ever considered Deep Water Guard style, but a Deep Water Guard with diesel punk pirates instead of steampunk pirates? Yeah. That's what Sveno is. Sveno was literally just diesel punk Deep Water Guard, I'd argue. And plus, if not, you know, I do tend to do a lot of World War II inspired stuff for my own personal fleet, right? So it's definitely been considered. Okay. Yeah, no, I think I just made it too big. Alrighty. Because ideally, I'd want to have... you know what, actually? This is what I was talking about, where we want to build around the turret. So let's get the turret wheel built up around. We can do this. This. Maybe something like this, actually. There we go, that's not too bad. And that should give us enough room. Not a lot of room, mind you. So it's, well, then again, it's a destroyer. It doesn't need to be armored. What am I complaining about? Yeah, but what about a Deep Water Guard, Steel Striders combo style, like Deep Water Guard but ex-militant? That's Pathos style. I can tell someone didn't watch the war videos. But yes, that would be Pathos style, which is, because Pathos is a ex-Steel Striders engineer who joined Deep Water Guard when he was falsely imprisoned or something like that. That part of the war was never quite clear, but... Alright, and now... this is where the fun begins, because I have to do this. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough armor, is it? So I do like the kind of monitor shape it gives us, but it does break standard conventions. No, I don't think that works. Unfortunately, I do not believe that works. What we'll do then is we'll change this up here. I really don't want to change up the front though, do I? No, let's put that back actually. Okay, so it's around here is where we're struggling right now. If I just do something like this. And then we can still have that monitor style grid, I think. Let's do something like this. That doesn't really... this does not elicit joy. We want to have it centered here. And then we do something like this. So it still technically goes out. It goes up by 2 and then comes back in by 1. So the pattern on the ribs technically stay the same? Or something like that. Oh, what a creature this build is. Oh, this is going to be entertaining to build. Let you sit the armor if there's no enemies out to shoot at you. Well, but to be fair, this will be an early game enemy only, and I assume any amount of armor is still enough armor to beat early game Jupiter Guard. Worst case scenario, I just glass cannon it and assume that I can hit them before they hit me. Let's put the ribs on. Yeah, I think we'll be okay with this. Let's try it, you know? It's not how we typically do it, and I think that's what makes it interesting. Because how often do we get to try something completely novel, you know? Alright, there we go. Now when I do this, you can see that we actually have room down below for the armor. Or the wood. Which means the armor fits in. Yeah, and then 1 layer of armor. Oh, okay, that actually works better than I anticipated. Because now when I do this, it's just, okay, so there's a little bit of side armor, but it gets compromised. But you know what? That's why we call it a compromise. I'm okay with that. There we go. And then up here, there's a lot of side armor that gets compromised. But you know what? I'm okay with that too. Alright, God, I love Zelda music. It's so clean. I'm excited for the next Zelda game. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm excited for it. Alright, let's go here. Yo, also, if you ever wanted to find out how to do these nice, smooth hauls, this is how you do them. Yeah, it directly says he's an old Steel Striders officer. Actually, I've watched the videos twice each. I just can't seem to remember them. No worries, it's a lot. It's a very... Honestly, those videos are so poorly made. I want to redo them. I do not think they were my best work. Alright, now chat, everyone loves this part. What do we put here in order to continue the rib style? That's right, we cut off the ribs because you don't continue ribs below the waterline, chat. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson? Alright, let's get you in there. Oh, you know what? It kind of reminds me of a bird beak. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of happy with this, actually. This can work. This could absolutely work. Alright, not bad. You know, when you get to the point where you fire so many shells that the enemy shells start despawning before they reach you, then the habits are to believe that they are despawning. Simply firing so many shells and constantly shooting down enemy shells, maybe. Certainly possible, my friend. Alright, I know that with the Seaways you can definitely do that. Alright. I should probably Tetris this out before I close it up, so we'll do that later. And I'm sure I won't forget. Alright. Let's get this little bow in here, I think. There we go. Alright. That was done. Okay, you know what? This shape kind of works, actually. Having the slightly bulbous front, because we haven't done that yet. So maybe I want it sleeker if we're going to be making this a sailing vessel. So it's completely possible, honestly, that's just too big. Yeah, because I do feel like this would look better if it didn't come out so far. Like, I like this idea here. Yeah, let's redo it. Alright, chop you off. Alright, let's do 7. We'll do a smaller Tetris. And then we just do a second cut at the back, I think. Or maybe we can do some missile turrets on the pontoon. Alright, where's my 757? Go. Put you down here as well. Alright, and then that means we get, what, 3 meters? 3 meters, nice. 4 meters if... Oh, no, we do get 4 meters. Very nice, okay. Just keep in mind, this area will be another layer of deck, so that actually works out well for us. And then, of course, we angle these, purely just because it saves on weight and volume. And also, it just looks cooler, I think. I like having my turret wells be actual wells and not just squares. That's wood. I'm not sure if this is going to be a front setter or back setter yet. Back setter? The other one. Broad setter. It's a back setter. It goes rear first towards the enemy. But I want to make a front setter with an enormous doom cram. Pure hollow point would be hilariously accurate to name. But the magician is its sole purpose to make its enemies disappear. Very clever. I kind of did that with the blackguard. I did my doom cram on the blackguard there. I quite like it, honestly. Alright, we'll keep that in there. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, nope, wrong bop. Pop, pop. There we go. Man, that does not leave us a lot of room for Tetris. You know what? The APS gun isn't the main feature of this. And like, if you look at the Pilfer's Tetris, it's probably about the same. Yeah, so I think we'll be okay. Man, we really gotta rework the Pilfer sometime. It's just old. It was good back in the day, but it hasn't kept up with the times. It's just because there's been so many other projects that need to be done. Like, the Pilfer still works. Hence why we have to do other projects before we go back to it, right? But I wanted to touch up at some point. Alright, so what we'll do then, since... Oops, there we go. Alright, let's get, 3 meters. Go. Ooh. Let's do 4 meters instead, actually. Yeah, and then that makes it equidistant, very nice. I've forgotten the mirror mode. Alright, chat. That's number 1 mirror mode forget. Let's see how many times I forget today. I feel like whenever I take a break from FTD and then come back, I always forget to do mirror mode. Alright, pop. Pop. I don't know why, but I love the idea of watching a single cramshell slowly at 300 meters a second lob its way towards the target. Alright, fine, I'll give you a test of the weapon. So this is my idea. This is how I wanted to beat Deepwater Guard, or this is how I wanted to beat Onyx Watch. Or like structures of the Deepwater Guard without having to actually fight it too hard. Let's make sure everything's turned off first. Because specifically it was made to go against stuff like the Bastion. Go. I think if I aim at the back of this turret, that's where I need to get the one hit, or is this the bounce hit? There we go. Yeah, it's always the back of the Bastion turret, just completely eviscerates the poor lad. Got his AI and everything. You can tell how much testing I've done with this to make sure that it does take out Onyx Watch. Are you gonna deal with the Raven's Nest of the Great Talons? We'll get there when we get there. Let's deal with the early game threats first. The main threats we have to deal with in the early game are the Onyx Watch and the Deepwater Guard. Deepwater Guard, very easy. We're fighting them at like a near peer adversary. Onyx Watch is where we have to skew stuff like this. So Onyx Watch, I plan on spamming out the Blackguards because just, you know, doom crams consistently. Very fun. Hey, Corey. Ha, Corey. I see Corey found the first of the new emotes. I thought you guys might like that one. I needed it for a thumbnail for a video, and I was like, you know what, actually? That works so good as an emote. Oh, something like the Scoundrel to also deal with it. Yeah, so the thing is, I won't be able to use mainline unless I design them. So, like, I can use Until I beat the Deep Water Guard, I can only use the Deep Water Guard designs I've made. So that means I can use the Vanguard, because I technically did rebuild it. I didn't make the original, but I did rebuild it, so we're counting that. It means I can use the Frigate Bird and the Shrike. And then obviously like my my carrier planes. But so I don't have a lot to go off of. Creature. How goes Guard Water Deep? That's going pretty good so far. We're trying out a new destroyer, and we're gonna base it off around the Pilferer size in terms of height as well. So I've made it quite shallow. Oh, like a version like it, which has a small cramcraft to swarm the enemy. Well, yeah, and like I said, that's what the black is going to be, right? It's only 41,000, so it's very cheap. We can afford to spam these out and lose these, like, you know, dime a dozen. And if it beats an Onyx Watchcraft, it pays for itself. I don't know if you noticed the cost of the Bastion there. The Bastion's about the same cost, and we one-shot it. But, like, other stuff like the Bardiche, 200 mats right there, 200,000 mats, that's going to pay for itself over time. Actually, do we kill the Bardiche? Yeah, since Quarry's here, let's see if we kill his beloved creature. I don't think we kill it from the front. We might kill it with a side shot, though. I think I hit this turret here. Okay, well, we obliterate the front casemate. Oh, Quarry, your armor scheme, my boy. What happened here? So I know we can definitely make it flip over when it's sitting still. Ablet of mini casemates, true. Let's get the big one now. How did we hit a side shot there? That should have deflected. But yeah, so this is what, 200,000? That means we can have about 5 of the Blackguards before we're at cost. You can imagine 5 of these Doom Crams firing at the Bardiche. The Bardiche isn't gonna have a good day. There we go. Yeah, it has just enough armor to get through, like, I think 2 layers of metal. So on a lot of Onyx Watchcraft, where they have those interior air cavities, it makes it quite effective. Now, it's not going to beat the Stronghold, but... You know, when I'm struggling against Onyx Watchcraft with some of my smaller, like, APS fire and stuff, because if you... Look at the Privateer, for example. If you ignore the fact that we can't even reach it because of the tractor beam. There we go. Oh, my own flares hit me, that's hilarious. But you'll see like how little damage, even against the wood, I'm doing here, right? So that's why we want the cram there. The Privateer is very much skewed against, you know, messing up Deep Water Guard craft. Alright, let's repair you now, because it's hilarious that the flares actually do damage. Oh, we actually AI deaded it. That's even funnier. Oh, probably because I fired the torpedo. No, I didn't fire the torpedoes. Curious. Either way, you can see how the fleet is intended to work together. Ooh, clip the broadside barrel, I reckon. Oh, maybe, yeah, if it clipped and deflected into the craft. Casemate still stands strong. Look, the Bardiche flipped. The Bardiche broke before the casemate did. Yeah, because keep in mind, the campaign will be fought on the easiest difficulty. Because if I'm going to restrict myself to Deep Water Guard only, I'm not going to be playing against Godways. Classic cram accuracy, so true. I do quite like this little guy. Actually, Corey, it's what I meant to ask your help with at some point. We hop in a multiplayer session. I just want ideas for the auto load, like the loader back here. I think I'll do a little slot back here, and then I have this be the ammo room. And then, you know, shells come up, gets transported on these chains into the breach. You can see I've started the breach back here. So it could be an idea for us to work on at some point if you feel inspired for the game again. If not, no worries, I'll do it with Potop. But, I quite like this little craft. Oh, and then, you know, the new sails, I could totally put just a little bit of a canvas over top of the breach holding area. Like, probably get rid of this mast at the back, and then just, Yeah, no, that could be really cool, actually. I know how I'm going to finish that later. But back to the Swashbuckler for today. So we have one in here. Let's get this finalized. Do this. Forgot mirror mode again. Put it on the tally. Chat, you're not doing great. It reminded me about mirror mode today, chat. I will be blaming you. This is on the quiz. This is on the quiz, reminding me to do mirror mode. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's about where I'd want that turret wall to be, I think. So I'm happy with that. A good boat builder puts a boat in your boat, so when your boat boats, you get a new boat. I have no idea what that says. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm sorry to tell you. All right, so we have our front turrets. Do I want another front turret? I kind of do. No, I should only have a back turret. Oh, but what if, though? Marvel, what if? Named after rocks? Oh, fun. What happened over here? Oh. I forgot to delete. Oh, right, mirror mode, yes. I forgot to delete you. Damn. Yeah, I think this looks better than what our initial idea was, too, which is quite nice, so. I do want a water wheel at some point. Do I want a water? No, I wanted to do the sail. Okay, what if we go off the original privateer idea? For those of you who don't know, the privateer was originally a catamaran. I'm not saying we make this one a catamaran, but I'm saying we make a small... Oh, we could make this one a catamaran, actually. I guess we don't really need a catamaran design now for Paphos style, since Paphos made the Corsair based off the original privateer. I love how much Paphos and I just steal ideas from each other. It's fantastic. Because someone will come up with something, and then everyone will be like, "Oh, that's a cool idea." Yoink it, and then like do it in a completely different style, which is like, oh, "Okay, cool. I would not have done it like that." Do you have a favorite rock? I do. It's chert. So put that in my Q&A. All right, let's make sure we got the side working well. Does this... We still have to sacrifice a little bit of armor. A little bit of armor, actually. But, you know what? It's not an expensive craft, so I'm okay with that. Sorry, buddy. You're getting sacrificed today. Me in chess when I sacrifice the rook. Alright, let's do this. There we go. Alright, so as long as you don't hit at the exact front of the craft, you should be fine. The turret armor's crimped a little bit. How do you do redundancy? Like a ton of redundant ammo or engines? Nope. I don't need redundancy. So the nice thing about building Deep Water Guard style is that everything's so cheap, I really don't have to care about redundancy. If I lose something, oh well, just build another. It's remarkably cathartic. Alright, now how do I do this shit? I always do this fuck-ass style haul at the front here. Ah, there you are. Absolute goober. Okay, so it's at the first rib. I never know why I do this to myself, honestly. I just know what I do. Alright, one second, I gotta look at it again. Oh, it's been too long since I've done this, and now I don't remember how to do it. Alright, it's back here. So it's 2 meters into a... Oh, it's the 3 meters into a 2 meter one, and then... Oh, what the hell? No, that should be easy, it's 2 meter. This should be easy enough to do. I'll look at it one more time because it's been a while since I've done this. Alright, so I do 2 meters at the front and then switch it into the flat bow. Oh, okay, I can do that. I can do that, no problem, boss. Actually, what if we just start with having it at the flat bow, honestly? Air mode back on. We just start with the offsets. Sure, Quarry's going, no, don't do it. It's just yelling into the camera, but... Ah, that's why, okay. See why we can't do that. No, I did remember there's a reason why we didn't do this. Okay. Yeah, because around here is where we're gonna want to do the switch off to the upper style. No, it's up here actually. Sorry. All right, let's do this step by step. Trust the process. With no need to reinvent the wheel, though it is fun. I wanted it to be a little bit aerodynamic, you know? No, I can't do offsets here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah. Okay, that works. Then down here, we just do a 3 meter offset. Then up here, bring it back now, y'all. We might even do 2 hops this time, believe it or not. Then it's just in here is where the issue arises. But I think what we do is this. Okay. There we go. Just that simple. I knew it would come back to me eventually. And then we hit him with that frame meter. There we go. I knew the whole shape was there somewhere. I just have to look at it. Why are you staring? No. Yeah, I know, Corey. Every time I do this to myself, I'm like, why do I do this to myself? But it's gotten easier. I have found a way to streamline it. I just have to remember the Tetris for it. The Hull... See, well, you all studied APS Tetris. I studied Hull Tetris, okay? Alright, now do I want another turret well? Corey, do you think I can afford 2 turrets on this? Oh, idea, actually. What if we did... I'm kind of inspired by the Tunguska. What if we did, like, APS and missiles on the same turret? That feels very deep under guard, and it would kind of save on space for what I want to have on this. Yeah, I kind of like that idea, actually. Hey, you're playing at my work and you're loud. Shut the fuck up. Hello, Basil. How's it going? Where's that loaded? I think rebuilding my hydrofoil cruiser is true. Redundant, it has like 2 sets of everything. It's like 220k. Yeah, that's... So redundancy is good. I have redundancy on the freebooter and the privateer. I just don't have it on my smaller craft, because at that point... You have to ask yourself, what's the survivability, right? So redundancy helps survivability. But a craft this small isn't going to be very survivable, is it? So is there any point in having that redundancy? That's the wrong button. Oh, why don't we do a bigger turret at the back, actually? 2 different sized turrets. Have we considered this? Karl Marx failed to consider what if I was goated with the sauce. What's the length already? We're already at 15? No, we're at 30, okay. You know, I haven't done a mixed battery before. Can't say for long, but yeah, I'm playing on my phone. My coworkers heard you. Well, tell them to follow. Subscribe for more. Some of our shill words. I'm sure everyone at your work would love to learn about history and game design and boat building. Stupid idea of mixing cram APS with cram turret and AA turret on it. Oh, there's people who do that. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I would not call that a bad idea. Maybe back here, actually. You might be able to get away with this. But it's gonna be a very long design is the issue. Yeah. I kind of want to do a mixed battery. I just think it'd be cool. Plus, I don't think we have a mixed battery craft yet. Alright, it's the ads. In the meantime, you know what? Alright, subscribers convene. We're gonna discuss this. What about Cram and Pack, the true gamble turret? Oh, that's really funny, actually. Hit scan plus Cram is crazy. Have the pack like aim for hot points, which would usually be the engines, and then have the Cram finish them off. I see how it is. I just got here. You're not included. No, Shark, I'm sorry. Shark, you're an honorary sub. You're welcome in. Get in here, buddy. Ads aren't real true. Yeah, I think what I'm thinking, therefore I am, is I want to do a mixed battery. So maybe have like the first one. No, because again, I'm scope creeping. I'm scope creeping myself. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it safe. All right, so we got one little slot there. We have no reason to be fancy right now. Go. Oh, whoops. One though. Messed up. Hey, Shark, how have you been? It's good to see you. That's aren't real in Canurge. I was gonna say, man, it feels like it's been so long since I've seen everyone. Yeah, it's because I have. I've been gone for like 2 months. Just working on YouTube and just getting other stuff in life settled out. I have a big trip in August, so I had to do quite a bit there. But my battery. Okay, I did realize the issue of what I did here. Actually, no, let's take this though. We already made it, and we'll prefab it and move it back. Go. I need you here. That way we have it equal distance. Then we're going to move it 1 forward because we do want it to look superimposed. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the additional layer. See, Pathos style ships have layers. Kind of like chatters. Alright, grab you here. Go. Not a bad little time, if I do say so myself. Alright, that actually looks decent. Though I must say it does look right on the fin side. But I do want to do fin today. So it's not a bad idea. Tell it to my battery this one. Hey, nice. Ethan, Russian, what we building today? We're working on the Swashbuckler. It's just a nice little design to get me back into the game. Nothing too fancy. As you can see here, it's gonna be a little bit it's gonna be a destroyer. Kind of like an in-between the Pilferer and the Privateer. Or actually a little bit smaller than the Pilferer, because Pilferer is 134. I want this to be 120 at maximum. And I want to see if we can do like a sailing design for Pathos style. Which might be a little bit more difficult. It might be a bit more than I can do, but we'll see how it goes. I don't quite have a clear vision of it yet. I think I'll understand more of how I want to do view propulsion once I get the superstructure in. But ideally, I'd want like superstructure, pontoon, and then Polynesian style sail in between them. And have that for our main propulsion, and then just be a primarily like right side or left side, depending on which side the pontoon's on. Now, ideally, I would love to be able to have the pontoon swaps. Oh, that's an idea. Oh, that would actually be so cool. Have it so that the pontoon cuts through the center of the hull. And then say you want to make like a really hard like left turn, or like you use the pontoon and have it swing back and forth between whichever side it needs support on. That could be really interesting, actually. Huh. That's far too mechanically complex for what we're doing today, but it's definitely an idea there. Alright, right, let's finalize over here. Just get the last little bit of armor in there, because, you know, we did steal its armor. Okay. And then remember that we are not on mirror mode. Once again, we blame chat for this. Taking accountability in the Big 26? Absolutely not. What's a decent bit of test munition against Cram now? With the crossbones, Crams are now pretty good. What? Decent bit of test anti-munition against Cram now. With the crossbones, Crams are pretty good. Well, you test against the crossbones. They have good Cram. Or you can just test against any of the Onyx Watch stuff. It's all standardized. So if you can beat like one Onyx Watch Cram munition, you can beat most of them. The bulwark, yeah, that's true too. Alright, we should be back from the ads now. If you're not, rip, my bad, slime. But big stretch. Alright. Let's do the same thing up here, I think, in terms of except we'll do 3 meters, because we know that this is shorter. We'll do another 3 meter here. We'll remember mirror mode. Honestly, I will say coming back to this after not having played for a while, I am amazed at how easy it is to get back into the saddle. This is very long so far. How are we at? We're only at 40. Why does it feel so much longer than 40? Strange. Test against the bulwark if it survives and passes. So true. Alright. And then we'll have to worry about what we want to put in these areas in here. Actually, let's do something unique. So similar to how the Pilfer has this little ring up here of metal, what if we do that as well? We're a little bit on the thinner side for that. Let's mess around with it. Because I do technically want this as a Pilfer, like, counts as, so. Yeah, if we just do that, that should work, actually. Heyo, welcome in. Hey, Basil, thank you for the subscription. Oh, no, sorry, thank you, the anonymous gifter who gave Basil a subscription. Now Basil can use the emotes they made for me. By the way, the new emotes include Smuggy and Roarscar, which, let's show those off right now, shall we? Thank you, Corey, for getting that. And then we also have this. I have no idea how y'all intend on using those. So when I commission emotes for the channel, I mainly use this so that I can use them against my friends. So however y'all use these, use them responsibly, but I like to use them to be in my friends chat and just be an absolute shitter. Alright. Back to our little metal caboodle here. I think what we do is like that. And then honestly, I don't like the idea of having like the wood square corners. So I think we're just gonna change that out to offset. There we go. And that could be, what is the name of this? It's the word I'm looking for. It's this part specifically right here, the turret neck. I know it has a word for it. Oh yeah, I guess I did something on the Privateer already too, similar. Neat. Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna change it to wood halfway through, and I already did that. Okay. Nothing original ever happens, chat. It's just, I don't know why I'm blanking on what the word for this is. I should definitely know it. And then what we'll do is let's add some 2 meters up in here. Oh, that's 3 meters up? Damn. That's rough, buddy. Barbette, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. It was on the tip of my tongue. Yes, the turret barbettes is what we're working on right now. It's gonna be a little funky, perhaps even a little bit fresh. Maybe let's put this here, and then we put this one here. Not particularly a fan of how chunky that's gonna look, but yeah, I don't really want a frame meter there, so yeah, let's not worry about that. Actually, it was a silly idea. Honestly, yeah, I think we only have the front be metal. We can do something like this. That should work. Question is, how the hell do I connect this all up now? Well, this one very easily connects there. No, it doesn't easily connect there, I guess, does it? God damn it. Why is this so difficult today? You guys are just posting a Rorgar now. For some reason I knew chat would like the Rorgar one. I am not surprised by this. Honestly, what if I just do this and say, fuck the rules, we ball in. But at what cost? What if we were ballin', but at what cost, chat? Okay, yeah, that's fine. That works. Yeah, okay, that works fine. It feels no, it looks weird. I'm not a fan. But what if? Marvel, what if? Maybe? No. We can mess around with it a little bit more, I think. We certainly have the time. Oh, that works. Then we'll just cover over the weird texture here with the wood later on. That does let us fit the barbette in. And then it also gives us a little bit of variation in the hull by having the 2 meters here. And then back here, what we can do is we can do the 4 meter window idea, what we normally do. I want a window here. Probably not, honestly, now that I think about it. Yeah, not really. So, oh god, I have such a stupid idea here. You know what? This isn't the worst. This is not the worst. It would definitely be unique, kind of like to what we have over here. But the thing is, I want to avoid like all this flat space on the side of the hull, right? So maybe that's an idea, honestly. And have the superstructure start pretty low down. Or maybe I can even put the... I can't really put the casemates there. If I move it back, I can put the casemates there. This is definitely going to be a creature, I have to admit. Like, I'm kind of enjoying the creatureness of it. Add a little anti-air if you have empty space, or a pool. Or a pool, okay, bud. No, we're probably gonna not do that for now. I think we're gonna... You know what, honestly, let's just see where this shape takes us. Like I said, we're not exactly in a rush today, so... Yeah, then we can have the superstructure behind here. Well, because most of the tension's gonna be down here, so it's still armored anyway. And then we just have the turret neck go up, right? So we could totally have this as an interior area. Let's get some more of the deck in, shall we? Let's just make sure that works. And we take out this one and this one, of course. Does that pattern work? If I did my math correctly, it does not. So this is why we start from the front. Pop. 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 Nope, did that wrong. We're supposed to go here. There we go, that looks better. Alright. Not bad. That works out. Okay, that's not the worst. Will ammo somewhere make it reachable and have two dudes playing poker on it? Maybe, we'll see. Okay, honestly, now that we have this in, it's not that bad. I actually kind of like it. Alright, yeah, that reassures me. The deck up here. Ugh. Okay, so we can't do our little circle windows, unfortunately. We can't just have normal windows in there. Alright, kind of makes it feel a lot scrappier than usual, too, which is nice. Nah, it's a massive weak point, though, into the turret. Not sure if I'm quite ready to have such a massive weak point there, honestly. Yeah, it's not gonna work out, sadly. Oh well, we tried. What we can do instead, then, is... because we don't want these to be flush anyway. But what if we actually just move this one forward? That's an idea. Then we'll actually move you to be a 4 meter. There we go. I think I'm a little bit bulkier at the back, but you know what? That's not really an issue. There we go. I will say, building with Zelda music in the background is generally such a nice experience. Maybe deco it there? I'm not too much worried about the deco, as more it's just like, how do I want to do stuff, right? The how is always more important to me than the final outcome we can modify at our will. But the functionality is kind of necessary. We can't really compromise on it as much. Now that's just strange to me. This implies to me that we made it a little bit too thin. Yeah, I don't like having the 3 meter slope up, that's for sure. Let's get rid of you then. Honestly, what's saying that we have to build that up all the way, actually? The answer is, no one's saying that. If I just do something like this. And then we keep the deck on the lower level. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of actually cooking with it. Yeah, instead of having like a full born turret well, we just kind of do like the bar, or we do something in front of the barbette, right? That's kind of an actual idea there. I kind of like that. Hey, Gravitas, how's it going? Yeah, I kind of like that a lot more than what we had earlier. I will admit this is still strange. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Let's swap this out. Let me get something up here. And mirror mode, please. There we go. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, I think. That looks a lot cleaner. Man, okay, you know what this... Okay, I'm kind of excited for this build now. Any long-range broadsiders? Freebooter. Freebooter Assistant Nelson class. Watching during my work breaks, so I'll only be here a few minutes. No worries, no worries. We're not going to be going much. We have about an hour until roasts, and then I'm probably going to end right after roast today. As much as I want to work more on the Swashbuckler here. We'll save it for next week. Because I have stuff I need to do today. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of having that there for the turret. And then... Okay, let's follow from the pattern here. Need you here. Here, there we go. Which means... There we go. Alright, and then... 2, 3, 2... And then we can go back to 4 meters. Alright, not bad at all, I have to admit. Oh, look at that. Fits perfectly. Holy shit. I am genuinely impressed by this. There's a little turret hole. We did get that correctly, yes. Alright. Look at that. That's not bad. Yeah, so instead of having the full, like, barbette, we just do a half barbette facing forward. Someone earlier, I think it was Aperture, asked, what if we had the open back destroyer turrets? And I was like, yeah, maybe. But open back barbette kind of goes hard as well. Obviously, we won't know until we get the rest of the hull in, but I kind of like that right now. Alright, let's get the rest of the hull in. We can cut you off now. You know, we can put this here. Because I think we're going to have to do the opposite of what we did on the other side. There you go. And then make it go back down to the 1 areas, right? And this just adds some variation in the hull that we like. There we go. Or maybe I should do 1 rib that keeps it at 2 meters. Yeah, let's be experimental. Let's keep 1 rib at 2 meters. And then the next one we'll bring it down. Look at us go today, chat. We're trying out so many new things. Alright, this can be the middle inflection point too, so we can rotate it back. Because this is where the superstructure is going to be, so we have it taper off just a little bit behind. Oh yeah, this could be so good actually. I'm very happy with this, I have to admit. This little guy is becoming quite the little boat here. Oh, he is a little bit smaller than I intended, I think. Only at 50 length right now. But again, we're going to have a lot more weapons packed in here, so not a bad idea. We'll have to see how this goes, actually. I'm a little bit concerned that maybe we did make the weapons too small, but... I did say I wanted a smaller craft. Ah, it's a destroyer. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, let's actually, in that case, not do it quite yet, then. Let's do 2, 4, 2. Another rib here. Yeah, that feels a bit bulkier. And then the next one we can do 2, 4, 2, rib. And this is the one that we make less bulky, I think. Around. Yes. Very good. Then we could probably put windows somewhere back here. I have an idea. What if we split this rib? Which sounds horrific out of context, I must add, but... Imagine if somebody just walks up to you and goes, hey, what if we split your ribs, crack? Whoopsie. Then we can put the window in here. Do you like that? I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Gives us a little area to split up that big hall too, so we shall keep that for now. And then in here could be something as well, I think. Not sure what we can put in here, but I'm sure we can fit something. You know? Maybe a casemate in here, honestly. Maybe. I haven't really messed around with casemates very much, so that could be an idea. Worst case scenario, we just make it a little torpedo holder, or maybe like that's where some active defenses can go, like flares and whatnot. Oh yeah, we'll put the flares and the radar decoys there. I think that's what we'll do. Have them angle out a little bit, or maybe just we could do some AA missiles, like some VLS AA missiles there too. So many ideas we can do. Put it over here as well. Alrighty, not bad at all. Yeah, I like the idea of having the other stuff there though. And then, what if I was silly? Yeah, it kind of gives them hips. The ship needs hips. This is important with how it goes building. It's going pretty good, actually. We're getting a lot done today, and it looks good. I'm quite happy with this. We'll probably spend today doing the rest of the hull. And then tonight, or sometime when I have time, sometime before Friday at least, I will go over it and do the guns myself. And then we'll probably end up doing the superstructure either on Friday or next Monday, depending on when I schedule the next FTD stream. It does seem like Mondays work better for everyone, just judging by numbers, but we'll see. I'll do a poll to see when people prefer to do FTD. Okie dokie. You know what? We can actually have missile turrets up on these. Use them as like little. Oh yeah, no, actually, no. I really like this idea of having these here. Actually, now, just do some missile turrets up here. Okay, no, I'm happy with this. Not complain. How do you do that front side? Peculiar, I see. Yeah, this will be the rear side turret, I think. Right, go. And then we want to do this into this into this. This is a lot wider, so yeah, we don't have to worry about that as much then, which is nice. No, I just have to worry about that, unfortunately. But I can get away with doing this. Hey, look at that. Nice. Then we'll put stairs back here. We do want to make our stuff walkable. Do keep in mind when you're building walkability and like making stuff walkable always adds a lot to the plausibility. What's the music on in the background? It's Zelda music. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of this. Let's get front. No, you've already been modified as well. Damn. All right. In that case, we'll deal with it. Oh, what if we put a bigger turret at the back? I did want a mixed battery. Yeah, we'll put a bigger turret at the back, since like I can actually afford the armor here. The same height as the others, which should be here-ish? Question mark? Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a little bit. Yeah, no, that works. Okay. Yeah, so we get one big turret, chat. Isn't that exciting? We're allowed one big turret as a treat. And this way, this thing can still have some oomph to it. Instead of just being like a little small gun, like shitbox fire 50 cal. I'm trying to think of terms from other games. And all I can think of is Warna with shitbox. That would explain why it felt familiar. That would be true. Yeah, and if I just build the... Yeah, okay, actually, yeah, no, having the big gun at the back is kind of an idea. I kind of like that. So we'll have two small turrets at the front, one big one at the back, and then we'll do a few missile turrets on the sides. With some active defenses. Maybe a CBIS and the superstructure if we can afford it. We'll see how expensive this creature ends up being. Though I can't imagine it's going to be too expensive. Alright, important thing, of course, is making sure we wrap this thing correctly so it doesn't get too damaged in production here. I Don't want to sacrifice too much armor on this back turret, because this is an expense. That's going to be expensive. Ah, okay, so I have to sacrifice this armor here. Alright, you know what, that's fine, actually. I actually didn't care about much about the armor, because again, this is going to be a very cheap craft. Oh, 120, actually, maybe we should have some armor on it. Ah, we'll glass cannon this shit. There's no way we're getting this into 120k, I don't think. At least I'd be very surprised if we did. Let's get you built up while I'm thinking about it. Ooh, how are we gonna build this? Oh. That's a curious little creature, isn't it? Ah, that should be it. Having an even midpoint is strange to me. I don't really do this very often. What ammo types are you limited to? Pretty much just APHE. I get APHE. I can't have pure solid. I can't have Hesh. I can't have heat. What else is there? Yeah, I think those are the main ones. I also kind of like this idea as a convoy raider, because I like the idea that like it runs up on you to attack an unarmed ship with the small guns and some missiles. And then, say, like, a big escort comes out, you're like, oh crap, you turn around, and the bigger gun fires at the warship as you run away. So I kind of like this idea right now, actually, like, doctrine-wise, of having the Commerce Raider / Destroyer here. Though, if it does get up to 120k, I'm going to consider it a light cruiser. / Commerce Raider. No bash? No. I'll unlock better shells with time, but I'll probably make builds specific to those to represent, hey, these have special ammunition. Instead of worrying about stuff like that, right? All right. Why are you the way that you are? Oh. Okay. I am surprised at how nicely this is coming along. Normally, I feel like these builds are a lot more of a struggle. I say as if I haven't restarted the same few places a few times now, but. Alright, hey, you fit. Very nice. Alright, there's our first layer of hull done. Yeah, everything fits. Very nice. Then remember too that this is gonna have the pontoon for the sails, right? Oh, you know what? I like the idea of a commerce raider that uses sail and power. What if we do double pontoon? Instead of doing one sail, we do 2 sails. Oh, I have so many ideas right now, chat. Okay. Go. Go. There we go. Have you there. A little bit too small. No, because it's coming on the other side. We'll be okay. Yeah, because we're gonna be just doing the stern here, I think. Go. Alright, the stern is not as sharp as the back. Very nice. Let's expand it out. That's the metal layer. Alright, not bad. I'm happy with this build so far. I keep saying so far because I know at some point I'm going to become unhappy with the build. Just not sure when. But I gotta keep that, I gotta keep that open. Make sure I don't fall into the ruse of comfort within the build. That's when you start making mistakes with it. Alright, let's prefab this. Oh, put it upside down. Go. Very easy way to do pathway-style halls if you're lazy like I am. Just build it once and then flip it upside down. Then we can't do it for this because we don't want to copy the ribs, obviously. Is ribs or the devil's work? Boron City? I think I should recognize this one. Yeah. Right, very nice. Okay, what if this one we do like a little diamond shape for you guys as a trade? Okay, not what I intended, but also not a bad idea at some point. Yeah, I don't think that. The little chevron going up though is kind of an interesting idea. Hey, Spad, how's it going? Green's my little homunculi. Yeah, no, we're look how fast I built today. I haven't even had to steal do more than you know. That goes Warno. Let's see, what was he playing today? Was he in Warno today? That is the question. Oh, thank you, Neko. I'm sending up the sped. There you go. There you go, Sped. I think you'll get an appreciation from that meme. Yeah, no, Sped. So what we're doing right now is we're doing a Commerce Raider / Destroyer. So we have 2 small front guns. With armor, by the way. We're gonna have some missile turrets on the side, and then we're gonna have 1 big gun at the back. With armor, by the way. Ignore that I cut into the armor a little bit. It's gonna be quick, don't worry. But, the idea here is that we're going to be, pretty much run up, hit a cargo ship, if something bigger than us comes at us, we run away. I'll make the AI run away from bigger craft, so that way we get the main gun on it as well. And I think that's, like, doctrine-wise how we're going to be using this. Is it going to be effective? I have no idea. But it's going to be fun, and that's what matters. Let's paint you up. Alright. Will we have a LARP area for a boarding party? That's not a bad idea, actually. I did not consider that. Oh, also, I did a half barbette for the top turret here. I didn't want to add a full barbette because it would have looked weird. Honestly, maybe we could turn these side areas instead of missile turrets into like... Oh, you know what? Maybe we have some game planks raised at these side areas. Could be an idea. Have a turret that has the Roman Borden Bridge Trust. Yeah, not a bad idea. Unironically. Like having a little Corvus somewhere could be really fun. Tons of good ideas today, guys. Good job. There we go. Now, the stern, we have to do something similar to what I was talking about earlier, where it's the fuck ass shit. As we in the industry say. God, I love the music in Zelda. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna compromise the turret armor, isn't it? God damn it. Can we have one build that doesn't compromise turret armor? Well, we have actually, but this is not one of it because this is gonna be a very cheap build. Okay. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Pilfer in a good way. We also have to account for the cost that the pontoons are going to add to it. If we decide to keep those. Hey Melazor, how's it going? Okie dokie. Let's get this in here. We'll do this. Just make sure that stays up armored as much as possible. What are the chances we're gonna get hit from below, right, chat? Clueless emote. Yeah, I'll have to take this out, unfortunately. You in there. You here. And then I think this is where we do the stern. Sterns are always one of the hardest parts for me, I find. I don't know about y'all, but... And then we'll have the, Alright, we'll have the steam engine right underneath the rear turret, I think. So really, you would keep the alloy in the turret well? No. I'm just using it there because it delineates where I can build when I go to do the Tetris. Yeah, I like using the turret templates, that's all. Alright. So imagine if you would... I think that's the whole sentence, just imagine if would. Yeah, no, I think I want to have... I had to look at it sideways there for a second. Medium shaft, and then where's the shifting gear? Yeah, I think it's like do that here, I guess. So have the engines like further in up here, then have them go underneath the turret. I think is what we have to do here. Let's get that in for now. Sealed shaft, we don't need that. There we go. Then in here we do a sealed shaft. Next there. And that way we can do this. And that's the issue with our sealed shaft here. God, that's why I hate building sterns. They're always so difficult. Very annoying. Very frustrating. Honestly, do we need an armored stern for this one? No, not really. I don't think we do, at least. Honestly, what if we just take it off up there so we can... No, it's gonna look bad. I'm not gonna like it. Alright, we gotta redo the stern. Alright. What we do instead then is over here, we cut it off. Okay, what we do instead here is over here, we do an offset. So we don't have to deal with, it's like, you know, compromising more armor. There we go, now we have our stern. Oh, we might still have to compromise a little bit, unfortunately. Stretch. Oh man, 2 hours already. Time flies when you're actually building instead of just yapping the entire time. Crazy. Gotta take you out. Alright. Other way around, please. Thank you. Run into the same issue though. The turrets are, or the gear box is gonna be too high. I think we do this here. We meet our shield shaft here, and then out here. Not the way around, sorry, my bad. Here. then out here, because that way we get this. Let's just do that. Then do I want to do this over here as well? How do I want to? I think I want. No, I feel like I want the shape better. Ay, this is so difficult today. Yeah, because the sealed shaft really only goes through one area here. Also, I feel like I don't need this. I can just run it directly underneath. So I think what we do is we move you back here, move you up here. We realize, damn, we can't have that there, so we just do that, and then we'll deco it. I think that's what we do. That way over here, we can get away with doing this, which doesn't work, curiously enough. Do a square corner? I can. No, not there at least. Damn offsets. How much deco hiding do you do one of your builds? I don't really deco hide much stuff. I do deco a lot of stuff though. So here, for example, not too much. It's just it gets the point across, so you can see how I do my halls usually, especially those 2 meter like lawn areas, 2 meter tall areas. And then most of the decos just go into the details. Actually, I'm surprised at how little decos the Privateer has. I thought I had a lot more. I don't know. I think that where you can, structural shaping always takes precedence, and then decos could just add that last little oomph, right? That's my personal belief on it, at least. The issue right now, of course, being that this absolute rat bastard back here is being difficult to build on right now. Alright, there we go. So we have a 2 here. I think we just hit that with a square corner. We come back to it later. Like, yeah, I could move you back, and then what? Still have metal there, which I would rather not have exposed to the outside. So we'll figure out a deco that covers up this area in here a little bit better, I think. I think I know how to do that. How I want it to be, but we'll see. So I do something like this, and combine it with a 1 to 2 meter slope transition, which you can do occasionally. Should work. I trade Ultra Kill music. I enjoy Ultra Kill. My main issue with Ultra Kill is the community. Because when I went to play it my first time, I got backseated a lot, which I specifically requested not to be backseated. And so it kind of ruined my my mood with Ultra Kill, unfortunately, because it is quite a fun game. It's like, I haven't done fraud yet, even though I want to, but just because I just don't want to deal with the community again. Okay, let's do something like that, maybe. And where can I fit these props? Okay, yeah, so the offset means we can't do that, unfortunately. So what we'll do then is we'll do this. This is theoretically waterproof. And then we can just fix it up like that. And it doesn't clip, which is the important fin. So in here is where we put the rudder. All right, very good. Then we're just covering it up, so it doesn't really matter if it's the pattern or not. Alrighty. Just have a little air pump back there. Alright, we got our stern in. We have some little bit of cleaning up to do on it, but it's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that, I feel. We just gotta make sure that we make it deep enough now to warrant having the props that low. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Really? You shitter game. No, we should be able to get away with just a square corner here, actually. Yeah, that works. So I can just do this, then. And then this is that that weird corner I was talking about. Potet taught me how to do this at one point, and I completely forgot now. I think it's something like this. Oh, that's the up. Why is up, down scaling like that? It should need the forward back to be half. Five, there we go. Hey, look at that, we did it. Alright, where did I tether that to now is the question. Hello, where are you tethered to, my good sir? Behind you, okay. First off, let's put on the wire frame so I know where it's tethered in the future. Secondly, let's do this. Move that one backwards, apply with mirror, delete all, delete with mirror. It didn't transfer, did it? I see what happened there. That's funny. All right. I forgot the order of operations when doing that. Oopsie. Why no Deco UI mod? Because it's cringe as hell. I'm not a fan of it. That's all. It's honestly not even that bad. I prefer the default menu because it's what I'm used to over the years. So I really have no reason to use a Deco UI mod. It's kind of a meme in the community duo, but I am very much a purist when it comes to my FTD. I don't really play modded. I have the graphical mod for the water because I think that's nice and it adds weights. But aside from that, I really don't need any other mods. Boomer logic. Yeah, I've been playing this game since 2014. I really don't need mods. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this down here. This does not elicit joy. It must be said. Okay, let's we'll keep you because I honestly don't want to change it. Why is this so difficult? I hate it here. I think we gotta move this one forward. Obviously, I want to be able to do this, right? Back. Let's do that. Do this so I can use the offsets. Do I want to have the offsets that far? I feel like that'd be silly, no? Yeah, there's no reason to have that little like central line anymore, because it's all done. Can't do Venus. Let's do 3-meter slopes here. Alright, so let's take you out. Move you up once so I don't have to readjust everything else. Plus, it'll break up the pattern a bit more too, which is always a plus in my mind. Because you don't want like as much as I call it a pattern, you actually don't want it to be a pattern. Hey, Monkey Man, how's it going? Hey, driver. Let's move you back here. Here. Move you forward. That also compromises less in the armor, which is nice. Go. And those areas that are weakened, we can always add more stuff into if we need to as well. All right, we're in our second segment of ads. I have about 25 minutes till I swap over to the craft review segment. All right, that looks pretty good so far. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, okay, I see what happened here. I see what's happening here. Move you forward, move you forward, move you in, get rid of you. We get another metal beam somehow. Makes me think now I messed up somewhere. Nope, I just forgot to add. I forgot to account for the second. Okay, I see what happened there. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit flat, but you know what? We can always modify that with the pontoons if we absolutely need to. So I would like to have some pontoons on this one to have those like outrigging sails. Yeah, the pontoons will break up that flatness, and it also provides an area where we put the water wheels. Do I want water wheels? I just want to have the sails. We'll see how it goes. Destroy any foe if you have enough drones with diffs. I guess, yeah. Maybe I'm too boomer, as chat would put it, but I don't know. I never liked diff guns either. Too cheesy. And again, I was never a fan of APS when it came out either, so maybe I am just old, but... Maybe this is the boomer yells at freeze bit or whatever it was. Let's put you here, and then we'll do this into a 2 different transition. But inverse? No, we can't quite get away with that, can we? Yeah, not quite how it works. Huh. That's problematic. Alright, so in that case, what we need then is... I want to do a 3 meter offset here. We'll do 3 meters to 4. Yeah, there we go. That should fix it up. Yep, that works. Alright. That gives us enough room to route under all the stuff as well. So that's why we're not making the turret even bigger, is because I want to be able to route like steam lines underneath there. What's the rear gun gonna be? No idea yet. Probably just a bigger APS similar to a Pilfer, like the Privateer turret or a Pilfer turret. It's gonna be the main gun, quote unquote, though. Because ideally, this one turns away and run. Like this one turns away to run when it gets encounters something bigger in it. So it uses the small guns against smaller stuff. Small guns will be faster firing. And then, oh no, something big happened. So we turn around and we use the big gun as we're running the hell out of there. I might have some rear-facing torpedoes as well to facilitate getting away from the big craft. It's very much a rat of a build. Alright, I'm just glad we got the hull done today, though. So actually, now that I'm mentioning it, no, I do want a 4 meter slope at the back here. Oh, whoops, did that one too far in, actually. There we go. Not too bad. Got a nice angle there. Cannot complain. I am now going to complain because what the hell is this? What the hell happened here? Ah, I see what happened here. Gotta move it in one. That's all. Or better yet, we can just do this as well. No. Not a fan of that. Yeah, I think we'll just do it. I always hate building on Stearns, honestly. It's so annoying getting the shaping right. We do that. I can just do that, and that should work. But let's give us another layer of 2 meters up here. Should I really want that? No, that looks. Yeah, let's just not put that layer actually. Yeah, no, we're done. We don't need that many layers. You know, we're not that similar to an ogre. We're fine. There we go. Look at that. See, that works. Now, this area is very flat, admittedly, but sometimes flat space is good. And ironically, it can very much help with a build if you do it correctly. If you do it wrong, it's gonna look very flat. But I don't think we've done this one wrong. And if we have, we can fix it. Ooh, that's a 4 meter. My bad, Slime. Put the toe up top there. There we go. That makes more sense. Alright. Shark ship shaping. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that how square it is, so it'll look better with decos. It'll buff out, don't worry. We can always add stuff if we absolutely need to. Because this area in here should be hidden by the pontoons. You know? Hey Toasty, how's it going? What is this meant to be? It's meant to be the destroyer, because the privateer was too big. I wanted the privateer to be around 120, so this guy's going to be around 120k. I kind of want to do a sailing ship, though, so I was thinking of doing, like, 2 pontoons, or, like, outriggers to have as, like, mooring points for sails. Or rigging points for sails. So basically, if this thing's running away, it will turn around, unfurl both sails, and then go full speed ahead. Like big Polynesian triangle style sails, right? So it's very lightly armored, like it only has a half bar bed at the front, for example. And then I might do the same up here, we'll see. I don't think it needs it at the front though, honestly. I would want to talk to a mod to get the bounty hunter role in the Discord because the bot is broken. You would just message, just at me in OFTD and I'll assign it to you. Or you can also just add the mod role. That would be faster because I won't be able to get to it until after stream. All right. Let's do it then. Go. Yeah, I think ending it around here works fine for us. Well, I could be more complex and have it do 2 meters instead of another 1 meter in. If I do this. It look pretty good, I gotta admit. Yeah, we're gonna fix it. God damn it. I always make it harder on myself. Alright, that can be a square, I think. And then... Oh, that's not quite a square corner, is it? That's another one of these bad boys. Is it actually? No, it's not. Oh. How do I do this one? It doesn't work if I just do this. I don't think it does, at least. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be one of those weird ones. Alright, we'll come back to that. It's always a 50-50. True. Didn't know it was supposed to be without getting banned. Pinning the mod role is a good way to fast track that. No, it's not a 50-50. No one's gonna ban you for pinning the role unless you're doing it facetiously. Like, I'm literally a moderator in there. So I do in fact know. Alright. It's happened to me before, sorry. I can't speak to it. I know it hasn't happened since I've gotten the mod role at least, so. I've had the mod role since 2022, so it hasn't happened since 2022 at least. Okay, let's do this. Do it there. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay. So, now. We need this to be... Actually, I don't think we need... I don't think we need that to be, computers, do we? I kind of want it to be, though. No, I don't, actually. No. No, we'll keep this as an outline area, because otherwise it's going to be too difficult, and I don't want to deal with that. Admittedly. I wish to be lazy. Alright. There we go. That works. Some mods are just peeps looking for easy power overs, sadly. Honestly, there's really no moderator in OFTD that fits that category. Like, unless you caught Carb on a really bad day, but even then, Carb wouldn't ban someone immediately like that. Hey, Ray, how's it going? Sick boat, thank you. Alright. Now, Carson on the right now, Carson's a fantastic mod. I will never tell him. That's all. And I know he's not awake yet, because he stayed up too late. Okay, what went wrong here? What shock is going on here? Things are going? How goes Swashbuckler? It's going pretty good. We got most of the hull done today. It's about the same size as the Pilfer, which is what we wanted. We got 2 front guns that are smaller, and then 1 big rear gun. Makes it easier to run away and fire. We just go from there. How have you been? It's good to see you. Alright. Get that cleaned up. That looks good. Okay. Let's do the one above it first. Gives us an area for us to use as reference. There we go. Yeah, because the stern ends so abruptly at the back here, we don't have to really angle it. They can't really just copy it to the front. Oh boy, I sure love making builds harder on myself. That's a 3 meter, very nice. Yep, first off, let's start with this. This will give us a good angle of how to... Oh, but I just did an offset, honestly. Yeah, no, this is what offsets were made for. Not to do anything fancy. But you put a guard builder. We don't do fancy. Yeah, okay, and then this is where it becomes an issue. Alrighty, very fun. I love when it becomes an issue like this. Really my favorite part of the day. Okay, so that works there. That all matches up there. Now you, my friend, are quite peculiar. Because this ends up in the same issue that the other one had, doesn't it? It sure does. Oh boy. You'll love to see it. This will have to be offset. Take you here. Now what? Now what is the question? Let's back up a little bit. Lovely, back to a healthy rhythm. Is this vessel for scouting or for hidden run? This is going to be a commerce raider for hidden run. So that's why it has the big gun at the back. So if we're attacking something smaller than us, we attack with the front guns. If something bigger than us appears, we turn around and attack with the big gun at the back as we run away. Hey, Monster Kicker, how's it going? How did your exams go, by the way? I remember last time we yapped, you were still taking your exams. Just use the 4 meter to 3 meter transition slope. It doesn't work as well as what I'd want here. We had that problem earlier, Monkey Man, where it does it the wrong way around. It puts the 4 meter in the center. I can't really do this one. It's not quite. I guess that works. It could work, I guess. It still leaves out the front up here, though, which is where we want the offset. Instead of the offset. Yeah, no, I know what you meant, but like... Oh, thank you to 1,000 bits, my god. Thank you very much. I didn't have TITS set up today. Usually bits would throw rocks, so what I'll do for you is I forgot to open it, is we're gonna quickly open it and we're gonna throw some rocks at me. Let me see if I remember how to set this up. I've been redoing a lot of everything lately. There we go. Alright, does this still work? Ow, fuck. Okay, yeah, it still works. Ow. Alright, and then that's 1,000. Oh, fuck. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I haven't set up to throw rocks at me occasionally, but, now certified for airframe, but I still need to take my power plant exams. Okay, cool. Take the written portion on the 24th. Hell yeah. Alright. Instead of throwing tomatoes at you for doing something wrong, how the people stone you. Yeah, and the issue with doing the 4 meter offset completely, Monkey Man, is it leads to the issue of how do I do a 2 meter now? How do I do this like, transition here, right? I guess theoretically I could just do this, but this always feels like a cop-out and it feels weird to have. Saying the 4 meter offset you have above the bottom layer. Ah, I get you. Okay, I see what you mean. I'm talking about over here. Just do something like that. Yeah, that could work better. No, that does solve most of our problem there, doesn't it? And then we just do this at the front, similar to how we did at the back earlier. Alright, Sinless Steve in the corner, Vegeta with Prowler noise. That way you can keep the square corner? Yeah. No, you're right. Alrighty. Now this is the offset area. Yes, this is what offsets were made for. They're having to do the fuck ass corner trick. Alright, not bad. I'm quite happy with this boat so far. We have armor, we have hull. Superstructure is going to be fun to build, and then we just build pontoons. The location of the pontoons will be used. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. You don't legally qualify the roast everything about your planes except the engine and propellers. Oh, nice! That will be fun, I am sure. and then... Oh. No, that's the bottom floor, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so I don't want to do it. Oh, hey, Ben, how's it going? Enjoy your lurk. Why are cool rocks facts so expensive rock-wise? Because... So there was a point in time where the economy was broken because I didn't have that many redeems. So we just made a bunch of like random ones that are very expensive. I'll be probably going around and doing some deflation in the economy soon. I honestly just haven't had time for streaming as much as I used to, especially since getting into YouTube more. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you had some issues here. That's fine. Ooh, whoopsie. Okay. All right, that's not a bad haul actually. It's quite thin and slender, which I quite like. It has the little bulbs for the superstructure area, but that's okay, I think. Because those bulbs would normally be where the water wheel is, right? So. Do you want to go to planes to kill the average FAA inspector? Oh, absolutely. If I had to take a guess. Oh, Toasty, by the way, if you want anything reviewed for your bounties, throw it in the Discord there. Discord link's in the description, or you can just !Discord. And we're going to be doing roasts in about 4 minutes here. Where economy experienced roarflation and now the wealth gap is too large. This is true. Two-stack has... We gotta eat two-stack. Two-stack has all the points right now, okay? We also have to do more predictions so people can spend their points, like, all frivolously. I'm saying nothing. Syrup, I know you also have some points as well. Interestingly enough, once I removed the Maidstone redeem, the points seem to really rack up. So maybe we'll have to bring back Maidstone for a few streams until the billionaires are put down. I'm invested in guillotines. I can afford 2 Aras. That means you can afford 1 Maidstone. Alright. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I have to admit, this looks pretty good. Let's put you in here. And you in here. Alright, it's just a little bit left of the haul, and then we should be good to go into roast today. I'm surprised that we actually got the plan done today. I said I want to get the haul done today, and I actually got the haul done today. How rare is that, eh, chat? Yeah, that stern looks fine. It'll look better smoothed out, obviously, but it's still, like, it's not bad. And then if I need to, I can always just add an extra bit to the keel there to make the hull a little bit smoother. And a little bit further down. We'll see if I need it, though. Am I unable to access the description? I'm not sure. It's called the About section normally, but there you go. There's the Discord link. Need 7A, he'll eat the rich. Trust. I don't know. We wanna bring balance to the economy. We don't want to form an anarchist commune, okay? Not the biggest fan of anarchy. Got 2 cool rock facts in the bank. Ain't nobody got Maidstone points. Quite a few of the regulars have Maidstone points there, yeah. Even with not streaming for a little bit, they've stockpiled their rocks together. Let's go anarchism. Absolutely not. Alright. Well, let's not put you in there yet. We'll wait to see how the deck pattern goes. Yeah, because we know this is going to be... Okay, so at this rib, we need to raise it up a little bit. Oh, this is going to be difficult, actually. A curious little collective we got going here. I think I do it like this, and then have this one bulge out a little bit. It's not going to be in the way of the turret, so we should be fine. But now that I think about it, I didn't leave much room for the turret caps, did I? I might have to move this back one. In all honesty. Okay, put this here. Then we'll have stairs up into the superstructure, I think. Hey, make it a care package. I will stretch. I will save the vehicle. Let's just save this as the Swashbuckler for now. Oh, right, these aren't going to be walking. Okay. I was like, ooh, how do I get this in here? No, I realized it's just going to be the area where the flares come out, so. Could do something like this and angle it. We can do it with less deco, I think. Or not less deco, but less blocks at least. There we go. There we go. We angle that so the flares can pop out there. Just put those on little, like, spin blocks. Have it very fun. Add some finishing touches to a tank I'm doing for Necros campaign. Jeez, that gave me some feedback, but I'm currently having my soul harvested by 7 Days to Die. How is 7 Days to Die? Hope that convinced me to buy it and then hasn't played it with me yet. I can wait till the stream is over, but here you go. Well, Toasty, the reason why I was advising this, if you want to have a review, this 100 bits gave me 300 rocks. What the fuck is this economy? You start off with 300 rocks just for following, usually. Yeah, no, Toasty, the reason why I was suggesting the Discord is if you want to submit something for the stream. So I am going to go overtime here, because you can see how everyone files in now, because they know that 2 hours is usually, or 2 hours, 20 minutes is usually when I start roast. Joke's on them, though. I'm going to finish my build. Or at least get the hull in. Alright. Actually, take that out there. I actually want this to be here. Now we can see the cacophony of everyone yelling scammed in the in the chat there. Just do it. I know y'all are gonna do it anyway. Just start. I know my chat too well. Why did Potat do this? Because every other game goes through an identity crisis every update. Well, I want to say like a year ago now. Give or take. The issue of asking me when Potat has done something is I do not remember. Because Potat and I do stuff all the time. So, I do not think about it very often. Alright, that's not bad. Alright, the neighborhood base boosted asshole is going by. You got a small guy for today. Oh, nice. It'll be fun to see. Tiebreaker's my best grab. So it's only an aesthetics review, and I just give feedback to help out the community. I'm not like, I'm not gonna rip you apart if your APS is bad, unless your name is Orange. But so don't put too much detail, like thought into like, oh, is it good enough? Don't worry. And if it's not, we can help improve it, right? That's the whole reason I do this. Because there's not much point in being decent at the game if I can't help others improve as well. Ooh, idea. Superstructure extends over here a little bit. Ooh, okay, you know what? We can do a lot for the superstructure on this build. It's gonna be fun. I mean, I said the hollow shell. Well, yeah, exactly, right? Why do you not want to make hydroplows? They're super easy to make, to be honest. Because they're not interesting to me. Why do you not want to make deep water guardcraft, Ninja? It's probably because it doesn't interest you, if I had to take a guess. Alright. Yeah, the ease of which, like, like a shipwreck that wins the game hands down, wins the campaign with one ship is super easy to make. Doesn't mean I want to make it. That's not interesting. Like a super battleship, it's super easy to make. It's actually easier than anything else to make, honestly, because you don't have space constraints. Just build as big as possible and then go, haha, I win. Campaign too easy. You can tell I'm jaded over my years of becoming a campaign builder, but it's the reason why we make anything, is because we make what interests us. Actually, I still don't like this. I think just a normal platform would actually serve better. And then maybe this? Yeah, that looks a little bit better angled, I think. Yeah. That looks better. Keep it a guard, hydrofoil. Which has been I'm planning to make stuff for campaign. I'm trying to avoid that. Or say, you've been replaced with a skinwalker? What do you mean help? What do you mean? What do I mean help? I help people, I feel. You see, there's an SD fan craft that didn't work out the best, but it still works okay. Oh, you're talking about your craft, okay. People, but we're here for the dunks. Look, chat calls it roast and roast, okay? I was originally going to be called roast and reviews. I can't be held responsible for what chat calls it. I promise what was it? The road to hell is paved with good intentions or something like that. I promise I had good intentions, chat. Does that work? No. No. That's it. Yeah, that'll have to work for now. Oh, I see what happened here. No, we don't even have to do that. What am I doing? Alright, go. Put you there. Throw you over there. I'm sure we'll fix you later. There we go. Yeah, keep that lower down. And honestly... Let's assume some type of superstructure is going to be here, so we want to keep it decently symmetrical. That should be fair. Roast is not the kind that burns, it's the kind that cooks. Sure. Also, you said something about the tiebreaker. I said you could always submit that. Don't worry if it's not, like, good. We can help improve it. That is the whole purpose of raw roast, after all. Let's have this be symmetrical for now. No. No, let's do a teardrop shape, actually. I say teardrop shape, but let's be honest, it's not that fancy. Oh, Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Go. Go. And honestly, let's make this asymmetrical. And that's how we get up there, yeah. Alright, that works. Though it has some hatches on the side here where the flares are, so like the hatch could theoretically come down and just close the door, right? Tiebreaker for the stream yet? Hell yeah. Sounds good. I'm excited to see it. Okay, actually, let's take this off. So we have our doorway now. We are open into the back. And I think that's where I leave it off for today, because I'm not totally inspired on how I want to do the superstructure. But you know what? We did 1,176 blocks today, chat, which is more than usual, I'll admit. I only have 600 hours at the time I finish it. Fine, dude. Don't worry. Again, you're worrying too much about this. You don't have to justify anything. I've had people send in actual shipwrecks and be like, hey, how do I improve this? I'd be like, all right, well, let's figure out what you want to do, right? Not to mention, you're also newer to the format, right? So you're not going to be tormented as much as, say, like Cruiser, who I know is a good builder, or Driver. Because I will model it to whoever I'm chatting with, right? If they're a newer player, that's fine. If they're a player who I know can do better, I'm going to be a little bit harsher, right? But if it's someone who just like attended stream for the first time, I'm not gonna rip their head off. Because like that's just kind of counterproductive. I know I said I was gonna switch over now because I ran out of ideas, but I just had more ideas, so. Actually. Let's do one in here. I'm gonna block the turret. That might block the turret a little bit. Do I care about it? Yeah, I care a little bit. Curse me caring all the time about turret angle. Ah, you know what? Fuck it, I actually don't care. Fuck it, we ball. There we go. That's how we'll get. Yeah, and see, again, that's what I mean with deep water guard, where those little walkable details really adds a lot to it. Because you can see here how the. First off, it's asymmetrical. And it's also inversed asymmetry to how the back is. And it still adds that walkability, which we were craving earlier. The walkability, that plant's great. Alright, let's do a bow. I guess that's really all we can do here, eh? No, I believe we can do more. No, actually, I don't believe we can do more. I will, in fact, not believe. Go. It's gonna be bad. These turret caps don't have to be too big, so. There we go. That will help pick up that flat texture in the center as well. All about breaking up texture. Ah, Toasty, thank you for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. That was what Toasty ever 50. Have you messed with the new rigging? I have not yet, actually. It's one of the things I want to do with this build. I want to mess with the rigging, I want to mess with the sails. But I'm actually decently happy with how this is turning out so far. Stretch, no mirror mode? Yeah, I could have done mirror mode. I've been complaining the entire time about chat not reminding me, and the one time I get reminded I ignore it. That's very funny. Very fun, although it doesn't always save correctly. Ah, that makes sense. I might avoid it then until it's fixed. Alright, let's just finish off the bow here now. I'm not sure what song that is. I have it stuck in my head right now. Oh, I did this far too early. Whoops. You're not supposed to. Here? You're supposed to be up here. I was wondering what happens. So you actually come up here. No, I see what I did wrong. Okay. Shit. Damn it. I see what I did wrong here. Carson, thank you for 28 months. God damn. 8 months away, don't say that. Now flat broke emoji handset. Oh no! No, please only donate as you can. I don't really have bits set up aside from like just throwing rocks at me, right? So please only donate as you can. I was gonna say hydraulic lines that move with the hinges. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea, actually. I figure out what I want to do with this part right here, honestly. I feel like it needs something. But, like, obviously, this is a little bit flimsy. Is it too big if I do it all the way around? I don't think it. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just complaining. Maybe I should just trust the process, as I constantly tell myself to do. Yeah, I should be fine. Plus, this way we can have like a little bit of a curve at the front, which always works. Yeah, and then there we get our free slope. There we go. Alright, that works. The question is, do I want to let it build up? Yeah. Yeah, I do, I think. No, that looks strange. It kind of goes against what the whole point of this idea is anyway. Alright, let's... I still want it to be like that though, so we do this. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, because I like having like the top of that little like almost crown style for my Paphos builds, hence why I do it like this. You can see it on the privateer as well, where I did that, and the freebooters where I started it. It just makes it a little bit more unique than just a flat bow, I find. Alright, there we go. We're almost done here, guys, and then we'll be moving over to roast. I do promise. When I get locked in like this, I want to finish my idea before I lose it, right? So. Okie dokie, there we go. Get you in here. Get you in here. Alright, curious, okay. And then we take you and... There we go. Alright, there's the bow. Not bad. Just one more block, so true. Come on, chat. It's just one more block. Surely it won't take that long. You know, in out, quick 20 block adventure. Alright, got that painted up. Painted the back as well. Maybe it doesn't have to be a square corner. It has to be a square corner. Never mind, I lied to you. Oopsie. Yeah. We do. Come back to areas like here. Of course, it's scaling. I hate it built sometimes. Yeah, and we hide original mesh. Hide mirror, copy all. Just anytime we have one of these, we just do this. I suppose I did copy all there, but I kind of don't need it because I have to rotate all the time. Alright. And that fixes up those little corners I was complaining about earlier. There we have it. Look how much nicer that looks. Much more homogeneous. Which actually might not be what we want here now that I think about it. Taking a look at this actually, having that like extra bit of texture sometimes helps in the deep water style. One more detail painted breaks off the purple trust. One more everything. The main efficiency with the carving at the wrist, considering it's the shaping that's being done right now. Yeah, it's up to you. If you want feedback on it, but Driver, most of the time when you're making your replica stuff, I don't really give feedback because I don't do replicas, right? So. Alright, and then so next time we're back, I'll have the turrets in, most likely. And I'll probably finish up the deck as well, and the internals, so we can work on the superstructure next time and hopefully get this little guy done. Wouldn't that be fun if we can get a build done in 2 streams for once? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Alright, let's save it up. How many blocks do you end up being? Alright, not too bad. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick ad break here so you don't get interrupted during roasts. I'm gonna get up, walk around, because I've just sat for 2 hours, or 3 hours straight almost. And we'll be right back after 3 minutes. So don't go away. We'll be doing roasts just after. Make sure you do get into the Discord, get all your roasts in. There's a channel for it. You'll figure it out. And I will see you all in just a little bit. Alrighty, we are back. Swashbuckler. I actually do know her. So true. I wish you said that. Yeah. I actually know her as I've fan built a Bane or Deep Growth fan built those names just like that. Oh, nice. Did you ever submit it? I don't remember if you did or not. I've had the name scheduled for a Destroyer for quite some time. But, if you have your own take on, like, the swashbuckling concept, that'd be really cool to see. Alright. Let's save this, and let's get into roast, shall we? Yeah, I did save it, okay. I had to double check there. Alright, let's see what we have today. I will be closing the submissions. Alright, so... Go. We will put closed now. And when was the last time we closed it? All the way back in June 9th. Damn. Was it June 9th or was it later? It was June 9th. Really, June 9th was the last time we did it. Wow. It was not too long ago, honestly. We have the M1 Puma, the Nalkieri, Overlord, the Aegir, the Monocytes, Hydrovolt, the Ward, the Coalescence, spelled correctly, or spelled incorrectly, the Aircraft Carrier, the Gay Elephant, you should address that, the Libii 2, the Free Sample, Sharkfin, the Ares, the Cargo Transport, Tidebreaker, the Douglas. Alright, there we go. And of course you guys have already horse reacted. Of course. Alrighty. And if you're new to the system but late to today, then don't worry, I do make exceptions for new folks. So if you have something you want to get in but you didn't quite understand how to join the Discord or something like that, just let me know. Alright. Alright, everything seems good. Very nice. I have all my my Kenshi mods and my a lot of the like the little graphics I've downloaded for the next video, which is in my downloads folder because I got lazy with organizing. So I will have to fix that soon. Alright. Let's load into it. And the first one is the Douglas. Alright. Nice. Ooh, okay. The trunk feels very... I can actually give feedback for once. The trunk feels very small, actually. Look up at Douglas Redwood stuff. I'm pretty sure the trunk, especially on these like older sedans, would be further back, no? Douglas Redwood. What's the one sedan I'm thinking of? It's the Cadillac, right? It was the Fleetwood. Thank you. Yeah, you need a little bit more space in the trunk there. I assume this is gonna be based off the Cadillac Fleetwood, right? The rear pillar should be a bit behind the rear wheels. Now, obviously, like, you're gonna know more about cars compared to me. It doesn't exist. Well, no, I was thinking the Fleetwood. The Cadillac Fleetwood is what I'm looking at right now. But I don't know. The trunk feels very cramped in. It's very unproportional compared to the front, I feel. But maybe that's what you're intended. 0 10, it's not even seaworthy. True. The Cadillac is big. Yeah. Yeah, I love Cadillacs. I had a friend who owned one, actually. I realized that I'm friends with a lot of car guys, but I do remember I did get to sit in one time, but I didn't get to drive it, sadly. But they're very cool. Here it's based off of Chevrolet Impala. Oh, okay. See, now that's also interesting because I did because one of my exes drove an Impala. I think it was a 2007 Impala. Wasn't one of the big ones. Also, I'm throwing rocks because it's set to my 0 key. Yeah, it was a 2007 Impala, so it wasn't one of like the classic ones, but I have gotten to drive an Impala before. You guys drag racing outside your door every time you open the window? No, those people I think have I forget what forget what type of card it is actually. I don't think it's Impalas though. But yeah, do you see what I mean? Like just a little bit long, like even just an extra meter at the back, or like an extra block, right? I'm sure you have your own type of scaling, but just proportionally in game, an extra block would really add to this, especially because you have an extra block in front for the engine block. So I would just shape an extra one at the back, make it a little bit nicer, you know? And then obviously you go from there if you're detailing, because then you're going to go crazy with it. But just shaping wise, that's how I would fix it personally. Alright, aircraft carrier. Ooh, okay. So, the first one I immediately noticed with this, uses this. This is no offering details. Okay, so probably Belazor, if I had to take a guess from the style. First one I noticed is your airstrip isn't flush. So, I don't know if any of you know what issue this would cause. The issue this would cause is that you're gonna land. I do like the Assassin's Creed symbol on the back, though. You're gonna land and your wheels are gonna get caught where it's not flush. VTOL craft? True, I guess. But even then, still, VTOL craft can get their landing gear stuck inside these. So I would still have it flush. I like the paint scheme for the arrows, though. That's cool. But, I would definitely fix the flight deck there. Just make it a little bit more flush. You can even keep the arrows sunk in, but definitely increase the, and then just, you know, slope deco it, right? That's what a plane's to deal with, not the carrier. So true. That reminds me of the site safety meetings where it's like, is this an engineering control or is it an admin control? And it's like, anytime we have a rule, it's like, nah, we don't need to make a rule about that. That's an engineering control. Just have the engineers figure out how to make it safe instead of having the admin make it safe. So I think the hierarchy was admin controls, then engineering controls, then personal controls. So like, admin makes a rule, engineers follow the rule to make something safe, and then you have to follow the protocol in order to be safe. During the safety training, I remember all this. Oh, this one would keep me so employed. Yeah, I will say, Azapods in the winds, perfectly fine. But your wings are definitely too small to make it look like they can carry this. The missiles are interesting. And the wind shape doesn't really... The wind shape doesn't really mean much to me. It doesn't really add to the aesthetics of the idea, and then just have the helipods lift it. And it doesn't really add to the aerodynamics, I don't think, either. Though someone else might be able to talk more to that. I would either make them bigger, or make them more vestigial and add more helipods. The amount of employment radiating off this thing, man. And then, I do like the front. The front is very nice. Yeah, I think the issue right now with the winds is that they're you're not very committal with them. You either need to commit to fully having winds, or you need to commit to not having winds. This is only the second craft I'm on, Major Meow. You're fine. So that's what I would recommend with this mill. Alright, go transport player. Oh, this is the Glau. The Glau creature, yeah. Hey, wait a second. I've seen this before too, Zach. Wait a minute. This looks like something from Star Sector. I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. This is really nice, though. I do like this. Especially for like how Glau has been designed. This would fit right in, I think. Use the player colors. But they suck. No, I think this would fit right into Glau, honestly. This looks really nice. I like the heavy armor detail at the front. This is really well done. Use that cooked on this. Anything you can notice missing? Why would I notice something missing? I don't build Glau. No, really well done. I quite like it. Clean, it cool, true. No, I really like this. Good job. Alright. Coalescence. It's made out of coal. Oh no, you just made SD Pyre. Boo! I boo you! Syrup, do better. You just made an SD Pyre. This isn't original. No, like anything you can point out that isn't shaped well or anything. No, I think it as a player craft for Glau's style, it works really well. Criticize it. There's no criticism to be had. Maybe you could greeble the sides more, but if it's a player craft, you don't want to deco it too heavily, right? Because you want the player to be able to add stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying. I think in terms of player craft, you've done fantastic. That's dire, really. I don't like the roundness of the back. I don't like the front with the blade. It really does just feel like SD Pyre, which I think you should avoid. And yeah, the back, I feel like you'd have to elongate quite a bit more, but even then, again, that just makes it feel like the Pyre, right? Honestly, if you just keep the side turrets and, like, cut off the front at here, cut off everything below this point here. If you cut off here, and then you have the side turrets, this could be interesting. I mean, it is SD Pyre. Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying, get rid of that. Oh, you can even make it more interesting. You cut off here, you have the side turrets, and you make it very, like, small and nimble, right? Small and nimble in quotation marks. Pyre, but SD, leverback? No, the leverback is deep under guard. Or you could make the blade functional, but again, I feel like there's better ways to do it. It is the Pyre. Yeah, I know, but I don't like it. Do better. Be original. Music is really nice. This is relaxing Zelda music to study or chill, including Tears of the Kingdom music. 4 hour, 13 minutes. It's usually what I like to do when I lock in on building. Nimble when 3,000 ton crab. 3,000 ton crab. I call the shuttle a plane. So true. But yeah. In terms of a Pyre but SD, yeah, I guess it works, but I'm not a fan of it. Alright, free sample. Okay, let's take a look at this. So this is very wedge-like. This is Ninja, I believe? Yeah. So what feedback are you looking for on this Ninja? Because I know from your forklift build that you did yesterday, you can shape stuff to make it look like how you want it to. So we know you can do better than just a wedge. So let's start by adding the core components, okay? First off, we can probably get rid of this prop down here, because it's not really doing much for you aesthetically. This was meant to be a wedge. Why would you send in a wedge? Why would you send in a wedge? It's like functionality wise. I don't give functional feedback. I do aesthetic feedback. If you want functional feedback, you have to be a subscriber. That one I will gatekeep, because functional feedback is a lot more boring in my mind, because it's always just the same thing of just fix it. Well, now. Yeah, so aesthetically, add a cockpit. Even if you're gonna have it as a wedge, you can just literally do this. Let's do the 2 to 4. Sure, we have paint on it. Why not? So even just doing something as simple as this, you can see how that already adds a lot more to your build. Hell, even paint would help too. I wanted to keep the wedge funny, what could I add to it? Well, that's what I'm showing right now. And then over here. Okay, I see how you've done this. If you have the offset there, you can't really do much with that, unfortunately. Yeah, just adding paint to it would help a lot. Move the propeller up so it's like on its own mechanism. Probably better to ask Potat. Yeah, probably. But Potat's also busy. And I do know how to do functionality now, so. I do offer functionality reviews to subscribers. Potat will do it for free, though. That is a fair point. Even just shaping back here, too. Honestly, something like this, maybe, even. Just, you know, something to break up the squareness of it. A little deco over top. There we go. And then obviously, if you want to make it look like a helicopter, you add a tail rotor, etc., etc. But side profile slope that's slowly curved as it reaches in, it would look more helicopters. I agree. What you could do too, right, is do something even like this. And then just move that up, right? You need a 4. 4 meter here. So like, if we get rid of this, oh, that's your armor. Oh god. Oh no, what is this? 2 meter. Oh no. No, you wanna. Why would you do it like this? Why would you not do 4 meters in here? It's more health. No, you're not. Okay, look, you're not gonna rage bait me into giving you a free functionality review. Nice try. I will not fall for it, chat. There you go. So you do something like this, right? All right. I'm just gonna fully build this out now because I can. I think it's this one I need. The 4 meters. There we go. Yeah, just remember to use transition blocks. It'll really help break up shapes and whatnot. And down here, do this. Then obviously you would fix up the sides yourself. You can see how it's really easy to shape stuff if you just take the time to think about how stuff transitions into each other. You see, even if you just keep this out here for a little bit of like texture, you can even put an intake for the helicopter over here for the engines. Wait, the helicopter blade sounds the same as the one from like 2016. Indeed. It's always been the same. Why wouldn't it be the same? Also give that boy some paint through. Even just doing, like, you can see how even just the cockpit having a little bit of paint really helped. So, like, you know, just even do a little race and stripe. Obviously, you would have a more coherent idea of how you want to do it, but me, I don't particularly care, so. Yeah. Just something like that. Add texture. Texture will always help break up those flat surfaces. Alright, yay elephants. Alright, so actually Cruiser has the right idea here. Except for the fact that, brightness 4, shininess 4 might be hated. Alright, color 7. Every time I have to teach you guys this lesson. Oh, shininess free, either way. Let's just reduce the alpha a little bit there, so I can actually see what I'm looking at. There we go. Alright, now that we can see the detail in Cruiser's craft, you can see how Cruiser has a lot of flat space, but it's shaped really well. And then there's Greeble at the end of those flat spaces, so it works really well. Bald, bald, bald. Yeah, literally. Yeah, Cruiser, you gotta work on your paints. It's too bright. That's when I was kind of scared of the paint crash. There's no reason to be scared of anything. Because if you're scared, being scared of failure is pointless. Because A, it's inevitable that you will fail at something you try, and B, you're not going to learn unless you fail. So there's no reason not to fail. And you can see, actually, this is a great idea. You can see how it's kind of a wedge at the front. And then Cruiser put the cockpit inside and then didn't do an interior because he's a nerd. Yeah, so should definitely add an interior in here, Cruiser. Or alternatively, it's because it's a hover tank, but having a massive interior like that is weird. Add some armor plates across here so we can't see inside this way. Because if you're gonna have a tank, why do you have a massive window where the driver's gonna be? You should have some slits in here for the driver to see out of, but still make it look armored, right? Failing the plan is planning to fail. True. Being scared of failure is fine. Just be brave enough to do it anyway. There's that too. I don't know. I just find I've noticed as I've gotten older, I find a lot of stuff that like society puts pressure on to just be pointless. So like failure is one of those things for me. It's like, why would I ever be scared to fail? Just do it, Lamau. Also, I really like the Greeblin with the wires here. Very nice. Very well done, Cruiser. Is that the rigging mod too? Or is that the new rigging as well? I haven't seen it out yet, but I assume that's what it is. Because if so, that means the Tesla coil is going to be so easy to make now. Or a tank so good it doesn't need proper protection. True. You can, in fact, aura farm your enemies in this game. That's what the Kopesh does. The Kopesh has no business winning as many fights as it does. Alright, Hydrovolt. Alright, this is Orange's Hydrovolt. So let's see what they got. They have missiles and lasers. Very nice. Okay, I like the little missile turret here. That's cool. Very nice. Where's their laser? it the laser? I assume this was the missiles, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, this is the laser. Okay, that's really cool, man. I like that. I really like that. That's nice. I assume these were missiles because of the front of it at first. They're using the flamer for the lasers. That's interesting. How well does it fire? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it holds due to the failsafe. That makes sense. No, very well done. I really like this. Then you got the large torpedoes down here. You have the small VLS. It's one hell of a pancake, though. All right, now Orange isn't a subscriber, but Orange is a total help, which means I will be doing internals. Okay, better than their APS internals. I'll give them that much. Actually, it's very well like Tetris in here. Very good. All right, you know what, Orange, you get a pass this time. You don't get like turned into hopeless juice. Unless Monkey Man catches you still, but that's a Monkey Man fin. That's not a me fin. All right, not bad. I really like it. Good job. It's incredibly flat, Jesus. Yeah, I feel like you can definitely like unflatten it, but I also know that's just how LH submarines are. You shoot the gets more, you get some more hits on them. It's true. As a #1 Slugga Boy enjoyer, I love the orc shooting phase. I haven't played since 7th edition. Arrow and Neko are trying to get me back onto the tabletop, but I don't know. I've always liked making the minis, and if we play online, I can't really use my own minis, right? Alright, the Lord. I see this. Oh, okay, first off, it goes way too fast. Speedy Gonzalez over here. Let's do Steel Strategy colors. Yeah, that looks a bit more like what he had earlier. Okay, so you got lifeboats. Unsecured. Carson. Carson, also, I love seeing Monkey Man's message of where's the satellite Orange, as if Orange will watch the VOD. He's too into both. LH subs probably get a ton of inspo from Turtles, they do not. Alien Hunt subs are mostly just inspired by, I think there's the Sapphire? I forget which one the first sub was, but everything's kind of followed the same suit since. They have those little ad spots. It's really cool, but they are all very similar. Maybe it's just because I don't recognize the style as much. I'm sure if Potat wasn't here, he would come in and be like, no, and like, you know, like little finger wag, but because I got into Imperial Guard, specifically Lumen Rust tanks, and dear God, 11 got me scared, yeah. Well, I was so sad because 7th was the last edition that had a looted tank, so I can't use looted tanks as orcs anymore, which sucks because I have a looted Lumen Rust that I got from my brother because he does Imperial Guard. I need Hellhounds? Brew, I missed Chimeras. I want to do a build series where like I take a platform that I build in Ashes and then just modify it. Like, because I was playing Warno, right, and I realized just how much French equipment is based on the AMX-30 chassis. And how much equipment is based on, like, the AMX-10 chassis. So, but obviously with Deepwater Guard, you can't really do that, right? Because it's everything you do is kind of a bespoke piece, so. Pretty sure a bunch are bounty builds. See, Gravitas, you say that, but Orange never finished. Orange showcases what Orange does. His apparatus, okay, is he goes into a bounty, he builds something, sends screenshots saying, "Oh, look at how cool this looks done," which makes everyone else quit that bounty. And then Orange never submits to the bounty because he'll be like, "Oh, actually, I didn't like it. I deleted it." So now no one else built for the bounty, and Orange didn't submit it. So it just completely fucks everyone. Because people see Orange build and they go like, "Oh, well, there's no point building for this bounty." It's like, no, just build for it anyway. Orange does lose bounties. Anyway, back to more importantly, Carson, what the fuck? Why are your lifeboats insecure? Also, why are they clipping? I expect better from a Carson. Carson's been here the longest, mostly, so I expect a lot better from Carson. Aside from that, the rest of us actually does look pretty good. It's about what I'd expect from Carson's level, which is usually pretty nice. But your rigging over here is clipping. Though someone did say it doesn't save correctly, so that might be part of it. Yeah, I'm assuming this didn't save correctly, because I assume this is supposed to be like moor lines, right? So I won't blame you for the clip-in rigging, but back here, this looks fine. Using a pleat for canvas like that is heinous, though. Like we have cloth textures now, use them. And then depth charges at the back look nice, and I do like these APS guns at the front and back. Very nice. And the little searchlight too. Searchlights, that's what I need to add on to more of my builds. I need to add searchlights onto more of my builds. Very well done. I quite like it. Alright, the Lubai 2. Oh, interesting. Okay, Fishes. Interesting. Ooh, I like the way you did this in the front. That's cool. Oh, you know what? Again, Fish is giving me an idea for the dwarf factions, you know? Because I do want to build up the dwarf faction at some point. Maybe that's what we'll do sometime this week when I need to get the Sons of Six video done. And then I need to work on the next one. And then what else is there? If you lose the bounty, you can always submit your take on the adventure randomizer. True. Like no Ibis Hole should say. No, sorry, I'm looking at this, just quickly sketching out an idea I had for a dwarf for the custom campaign ship. I really like the way this square water wheel is done. I need to get more into squared off designs. I've been so organic with Deepwater Guard. I need to square off and like do harsher angles more often. Because the dwarves are the magma faction. They do all magma, which is gonna be very high detail. Fun. I'm one Puma. Okay. So first off, your sandbags aren't attached correctly. I normally would try to layer them all together, because that's how sandbags are used. They're not used as just individuals like this. Not gonna lie, I can also see this as an alternative to the direction you went for Silver Snow Shogunate. Yeah, no, I see that as well. Yeah, I'm seeing that for a while. Go now. Yeah, have a good one, Melzor. But yeah, so your sandbag here is blocking the door. So I would pile them all up either at the front here, or I would at least have them so that their backs are against the metal, right? So you have to run angle there as well. Friggin', once again, not your fault. That seems to be a glitch with the save system. But I do like the way you did. Oh, you can actually get proper rope textures? Holy shit, that's cool. Alright, that's very nice, actually. I didn't know you could get proper rope textures. Oh, there's gonna be so much you're gonna do with the rigging. That's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna wait for the fix, though, with the save locations, but that's gonna be fun. Also, you definitely need a platform down here, because what's keeping these pipes in place? They're just gonna fall through. Like, any bump in the road, they just fall through. Like the panels you did here, though I would add something in here to indicate there may be blowout panels. It adds a good amount of detail, having the half mark here, but... Oh! Actually, no, maybe you don't have to listen to that. Oh, you know what's bugging me? Alright, so back here is solid blocks, and then up here, you cut it off into solid blocks. So I would move this over by one, and then move this over by one as well. So move this entire panel just back by one, and I think that would look a bit more how you intend it to. Right now it looks very forward heavy. If you move it back, it'll feel a lot more centered of a design. Yeah, and dulling the sandbags color isn't bad. I like to use Deepwater Guard detail paint for sandbags with the ERA texture. I find it works really well. Why is it gonna work on Minecraft but not on the others? I don't know. Apparently there's a bug with the saving on it right now, so they may have saved it in a version where that hotfix wasn't out yet. It's like a T-34 if it was made by the British infantry tank. Oh yeah, chassis-wise, the turret's definitely different, but chassis, I see it. Yeah, overall, it's not bad. Definitely some work. Oh, and then, actually, sorry, one sec, I wasn't done. You have the engine greebles back here, but there's nothing else. So you definitely want to do some more greebling back here. Maybe put a radiator here or back here. Put some fuel tanks, maybe? External fuel tanks, well, very Russian in design, always, I think, adds to a lot to a tank. And then just some stowage back here as well for tools, for personal effects, right? Keep in mind, a tank is also a person's home, usually, in wartime, so... Just think about stuff like that, right? Especially if you're going for a more World War II style. If you're going for a more modern style, you can get away with cleaner stuff, but... Oh shit, look at this. This is cool. Tremor but big. Tremor but biblically accurate with these, the panels here. I love the way you did the rigging on it, too. Also, cool rock fact. What rock do we want today? Do you have a preference of rock, Raya? Alright, you know what? I know that there's a delay in the stream, but 2 weeks, I just thought of it. There's so many opals in Australia. I've been to the opal caves in Australia when I was a kid. Like, literally, you'll get, like, entire cave formations just made of pure opal. It's insane. how much opal there is. Digging related rock fact would be cool. Great, yeah, because you can't just dig them. You can't just dig the opals up. Yeah, I'll show you. I remember the cave I was in. There wasn't stalagmites of opals, but like there was opals in between the stalagmites. It was such a cool formation. Is not Australia the place they go to find opals? Yes. Like, Australia is known for opals, but not everyone knows that Australia is known for opals, so it still counts as a fact. Look, I just said I had to give it a fact. I never said it had to be a fact y'all haven't seen before. No, I really like this. Also, Necro, your build style has definitely evolved. You've gotten a lot more detailed in your builds, which is good to see. I remember your first few details were very low detail, and the shaping wasn't ideal. So the fact that you've become such a much better builder is really nice to see. Good use of the rigging blocks there. This is really well done. Very nice. Oh, and those are steam drills too. Very nice. Good work. Australia is known for bugs. This is true. I will say about the usefulness of this drill down here. Also, one side's not spinning because it kind of is blocked by the front bit, right? But I always love seeing weaponized bucket excavators. It's one of my favorite things. That's why the tremor is so cool to me. Certified bucket wheel gaming. True. Alright, the Ares Mark II, RG. Ooh, okay, I like this. Aperture, this is a cook. So, why 2 doors? Is the machine gonna have a different door? Also, why is only one of the doors framed? If you're gonna put 2 doors here, I would move it so that they're either equidistant from the center, or I would make it so they're at least both framed. Oh, I think that's a bug. Okay, I don't think that's intentional. Alright, let's just quickly remove that for him. That is very funny. Yeah, that's definitely not supposed to be there. Because I was like, why is only one of them framed? That's so strange. There we go. Yeah, because I was gonna say, if you're gonna have 2 doors, put one here, one over here, right? And then put them in the same frame. But no, that makes a lot more sense. You can always deco the wheels a bit more too. They're a little bit bland right now, so I'd love to see these decoed to look like actual tracks. The tracks themselves, done right. Yeah, nothing too wrong there. I have a little bit of overlap on the sides here, which clips into your armor. So I would probably reduce the thickness of these by so much. I see. You didn't offset your tracks. So what you want to do for this? You want to do, where is it? Back configuration. That's the wheel offsets. With the lateral position. Here we go. Just move it over by -0.2. Can I artificially make it bigger? No. In that case, I like to do 2. Usually I actually like to do 1.9. 2.9 could also work. You want to have some overlap. And can I? Yeah, I wonder why the lateral position can't be changed much more. It's curious. Wheel configuration. Axle length extension. But you can have it where the track lines it, because the track should be lining up. Wheel extension. Yeah, you should be able to get it where it lines up. Either way, you can see how it doesn't clip as much up here now, and it looks a lot better. And it also looks a lot better at the bottom because you don't have as much of the track not covering the wheel. I swear there used to be a way where you'd be able to move the wheel, or the track to cover the wheel completely, but they may have changed it in the last update. The thickness is fine. Yeah, that's strange to me. Something definitely went wrong there, but I don't know how to fix it at the moment because I'd have to go through the wheel system again. It's been a while since I built the tank, so... You're right, that's fine. The greebles at the front are fine. Spotlights both look the same though, so... I would also say spotlights are a really easy way to get asymmetry. Just move one of these over here, like double spotlight, or just only have one spotlight. No driver's hatch at the front? Maybe this is the viewport here. Ah, yeah, that's the viewport. In that case, I would still have a hatch at the front, though. You don't want the hatches to only be on the sides, so maybe, like... I don't know where Foxhole does it. I don't play Foxhole, but... Some hatches would not be remiss. I would split this out into 2 of them. One here, one here. And then... turret's fine. I like it quite a bit, actually. And then again, just radiator back here alongside your engines. Maybe some fuel tanks, right? Yeah, you can make it a replica based off voxel, but you still want it to look good in FTD. Do not let making something be a replica make it look bad in FTD. So voxel's a lot lower detail than FTD is, so you just have to add that detail in manually, right? So even just 2 radiators on the back here would look really good, or like Germanically accurate. But yeah, this design flaws are dev ments. Well, that's what I'm saying, right? You have to, sometimes you have to fix the design flaws. The mantlets are really well done though, so good job there. All right, Overlord. Is that above a megabyte? Someone didn't read the workplace rules. Because that is a very big crap. That is... Where's the Overlord? Yeah, that's 2 megabytes. Alright, so both the Aegir and the Overlord are above the weight limit, so sorry, nope. The reason why I don't review big ships is because I'm going to tell you the same thing every time. They are not detailed enough, they're not detailed equally, and it's not consistent work fluid, so there's really no point in reviewing them. It's going to be the same advice every time, similar to why I don't do functionality reviews for non-subscribers. It's going to be the same thing every time, 90% of the time. Rockstar objects will occasionally be in front of your model, because whenever I hit the 0 key, that's the hotkey for my rocks to hit, and I hit 0 key quite often. Why did I have the name line with a T? Couldn't tell you. Shark fin. Now, this is interesting. Oh, it's an actual shark submarine. Oh, I love this, though. This looks great. Oh, I absolutely adore this. No, see, so this is a really good example of making something. So it's obviously trying to be a replica of a shark, but it's also combined with the shark ship style from Steel Striders. Oh, you even put the gills in. That's incredible. I really like that. Why not change it? Change what? The name? Well, it's too late. They already submitted it. I'm not going to re-download it when they change the name. Where clean. No, this is really well done. I'll have to talk to Carb, actually, because I think this could very much fit with the current shark ships. I assume Carb's already, it's on his radar, but if not, I'm going to send this to him. This is really nice, though. I really like this. I want to put it in my mouth. Do not eat the shark. Oh, even does the little hops. That's adorable. No, this is really cool. I really like this. The little gill details are so nice. I have no idea if Carb would be interested. I'll send it his way. Just be like, hey, have you seen this? Very well done. Very cool. Alright, Tidebreaker. Let's see what you got. Okay, so this is a great example. This is 37k volume, and Lebowski, where's my detail? Black tip shark bounty? Oh, it might be. I don't know if it's for a bounty already or not. And the Seaways turret is very stolen from the workshop. That's fine. I steal stuff all. If you stick around long enough, Toast, you'll know that I steal stuff all the time. Oh, the new Steel series is so great. Yeah, that's what I use. I've been using it since 10 years ago now. Actually, 2016 was when I got my first headset from Steel series. So I've been using them for 10 years. I love wireless headsets, especially with noise canceling. It just makes doing chores easier. All right, so let's take a look at this. Your missile turret's kind of bland, especially compared to, say, for example, where's that Seaways you mentioned? Yeah, so the issue with stealing stuff in the workshop is you have to make the rest of your ship look almost equal to it, right? You don't have to apologize to me. Don't take this as criticism of you personally. I'm critiquing this so that you know how to build it better next time, right? All right. So the Seaways here, you can see how high detail this is, yeah? And you can see how that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb against the rest of your craft, because your craft isn't as high detail. So that's where you probably want to take a look and be like, all right, how do I want to do this? So let's look inside. You're new, so we'll be nice to you. Let's look inside. All right, so you have quite thin internals, actually. And you have a massive armor belt. That's, it's mostly alloy, so I feel like that's not really I don't know. I'm against alloy armor. I think alloy works better as a skin, and then armor be metal or heavy armor, but that's just a personal gripe. Better yet, actually, you have very wiggly lines here, right? I assume that's not intentional. So remember what you can do. If you want to have a longer wedge, you do a wedge into an oblique 4 meter. Boom. Now you have an 8 meter slope. So just stuff like that to remember. Hey, Gwendolyn, how's it going? How are you doing? Hey, no, most people are unaware. It's why I do this series, so I can teach people new tricks. So you can see how that's an 8 meter slope now. Same works with if you want to make a 6 meter slope. So basically, you combine wedges with oblique in order to get whatever slope length you need. It's all the same angle. So just something to keep in mind. If you want to smooth that out, you can go do that. And then just deco over it in order to hide the oblique / wedge, right? Just deco over it with like a 4 meter slope times 2. I do agree at the back too. Like, what do you have back here internally? I would remove these material containers, move the engine forward a little bit, cut off this bottom part down here, have the props moved underneath to this bottom part, and then put the material containers back in here, where you have a lot more room, right? Because material containers don't need to be vertically put like that. So I would definitely fix that up. Dumped effort into the superstructure, okay. So no interior, that's fine though. Not every ship needs an interior. You have munition warners all over the place. This fin looks like it's a teenager and it's just had a full breakout. So I would definitely reduce the amount of munition warners. You don't need that many, I don't think. Big fin. All right, you did a little satellite up here. That's quite nice. Little radar panel. I would put all my detection onto a mast and then make it asymmetrical. It's a really good way to get asymmetry in this style of build. And then superstructure wise, if you want to go for, I like to stack my superstructures. So like I would do like, you know, one area here. Actually, do I have the Trondheim on hand? Trondheim might be good. I gotta rework the Trondheim still, but I forgot we called it the Trondheim. So you can see here how on my rebuild of the Trondheim, I've been slowly building it up layer by layer. So this layer, for example, is the access layer, so it has a door and then the window up top, where I'll probably have an interior that lets me have a little walkway up there to get up there. We'll see how that goes, though. And then you just layer it up from there. Now, obviously, this isn't done. But you can see back here, too, that even the back is layered. So I have a nice little circular area where the little sea whiz goes. And then I have my missiles, which I'm going to replace back to... These are supposed to be mediums, not larges. So ignore that for now. And then we're going to have large torpedoes. I was discussing with Carb what the loadout I can have for it is, because Carb does not want the loadout changed too much. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And then Potad and I were trying something when the last time we worked on this. Let's do this, can I? So that will be switched back to medium missiles. But you can see how we have the masts here. The new rigging UI is going to make this really easy. We have this little fin here, which I think is eventually going to be the detection area. And Monkey Man was working on this. I forget what he was doing with it, though. But I'll probably end up reworking it. But actually, this is a great example. You can see how I did the hulls here, right? So I'm doing offsets, obviously. So it's a little bit different compared to how you would do it. But the principle is the same of having the wedge into an oblique, wedge into an oblique. And you just go from there. This is my first attempt at modern style, too. Like, I very much am not a, like, modern / normal shipbuilder. But this is how I would do a superstructure for this style, obviously. Now, obviously, you might not want to do this. And that's fine. But it's just how I would do it, right? I just happen to have the example in hand. I gotta finish this bad boy sometime. I quite like him. He's quite a handsome lad. Alright, but yeah, no, for a lot of stuff like that, Steel Striders is... also, you're welcome, Monkey Man. Still have the Odin in here. Alright, that's the Tidebreaker. I do like the name, though. Tidebreaker goes hard. And then, wait, your tank. I did want to take a look at this fin, because I saw it on land building in OFTD, and I wanted to... Okay, so it's actually not meant to be Onyx Watch, judging by the paint right now, which is interesting. Yeah, I quite like the shaping of the hull. The smokestack's a little silly at the back, and then the turret's not ideal. I would definitely change some fence, but I like the layout of the hull here. I thought it was very interesting seeing it similar to the Bison. Yeah, I just wanted to take a look at it. I wasn't gonna really give much feedback on it. But alrighty. So that's gonna be all for today. Are there any questions, comments, concerns about... Yeah, actually, let's open it up to a question period. We've never really done this before, but we have quite a few new folk here today, so let's talk. Does anyone have any questions about what they want to do aesthetically? Any common tips or tricks? It's been a while since I've played, so there may be stuff I've forgotten to say, but do let me know. And in the meantime, I'm going to start that idea I had. We'll rate out, we'll rate out exactly at the 4-hour mark. Where is me playing? What do you mean, where is your plane? You didn't submit a plane, you submitted a car. So, with the tiebreaker, what would you actually add? Okay, so honestly, I wouldn't add anything to the tiebreaker, I would restart. And I don't mean that to be an asshole. I mean that purely because, A, you'll learn more if you restart, and B, you won't have to... I find tearing apart something and rebuilding it so much more exhausting than just rebuilding it. So take what you like from the tiebreaker, build it back up, and then add those little details I told you to add, right? What sorts of ships do you like to make? I, primarily since 2015, have been building Deepwater Guard, which is a scrap pirate faction. Where is it? So I can show you off some of my ships. We were working on them earlier, but... So the ships I've been working on lately have been this bad boy. Also, chat, lock it in. We gotta show off the freebooter once more. This bad boy. This bad boy. This, okay boy. This mad lad. Man, I forgot I was working on the heavy fighter last time, too. There's the Port Royale. I swear to God, every time I see the Port Royale, I want to rebuild it. What else did I have? Oh, I have the anglerfish as well, but I'm not done. Oh, and then I guess, yeah, and then stuff in-game. Yeah, so this is the style I normally build in. There we go, look at that. So I have my little Sky Viper here, which is a recon craft. Let's pretend we were on the right colors there. Come on, switch the colors over. Oh, you're not gonna switch the colors over? Alright. So this is all, these are Paphos style, and these two are Goldwater style. Goldwater is just converted like civilian ships into weapons of war. So this is just a cargo ship. Funnily enough, the Marauder is a cargo ship that was converted into a weapon. So I tried to make it like, oh, what if the Marauder, but it was never converted, right? So I made just a normal cargo ship. And then I have a fishing trawler that was converted into a missile chucker. Or an arsenal ship, technically, I guess is the correct term. Does the Selkie technically count as an arsenal ship that has the 2 missiles? I usually consider it a corvette with punching, like, you know, weight punching ability. Freebooter is a heavy cruiser, Privateer is a light cruiser, and then the Swashbuckler we were working on today is a destroyer. And then aside from these, I also have a custom campaign where I build my own styles. So Deepwater Guard is a style that I adopted. It's not my own. It's what I got from the campaign. I've been building it for about 11 years now, and I kind of got bored of it. So last year, I started my own style of stuff. So we have right now the there's the Ronin. So we have this lad, which so we have the Ronin, which these are pretty much interwar ships in quotation marks, mostly inspired off Avatar: The Last Airbender, mixed with ice. This was based off of a scene from Avatar: The Last Airbender where there's a Fire Nation ship encased in ice, and that kind of inspired the entire faction. Gonna start drawing the Tiebreaker's predecessor now? Very fun, that'll be cool. Hey, I'm not heavy. Sorry, Cruiser. Selkie Heart, so true. Marauder converted back into original state, pieces been returned to Neater, so true. You always redo something if you finished it, you can't finish something if you're always redoing it. That's true. Very true. The Freebooter is a great example. I have redone the Freebooter 4 times now, about to be a 5th time to add more armor to it. And Missile Boat Mayhaps, very Soviet, yeah. And then, so, for those of you that actually, oh yeah, and then Gravitas did the Ashigaru, which has a lot of adoptions that I want to take for the main style in the this style, because you'll see that like this is very clearly a prototype of this entire style. Gravitas really added on to it, in my opinion. Like, I especially love what you did up here. It's a little bit based off what I did, but it's different enough that I think it's really, really nice detail-wise. But it's still similar enough that it's recognizable as, hey, these two guys belong to the same faction. So I'm going to rebuild the Ronin to be bigger. Also, did you ever change this to be Deca? Oh, is this still... No, you did Deca. Okay, huge. The issue with the Ronin is that I was shaping it, so I didn't make it aerodynamic. So you'll notice down here that this has to be changed. But obviously, I don't want to have to redo all this. This is my game plan in the rush. I didn't see it, but I also have to help my mom with groceries. Driver, as far as I'm aware, you did not submit. Did you? I will have to take a look. No, you're right. I did miss it. Because I remember reading the Valkyrie, but I don't think I clicked on it. Alright, 1 second. That's my bad. Let's just quickly throw you in. Alright, so we're just going to move my ship out of the way. Don't worry about that. Alright, so SR-20 Blackbird, I assume? Let's just quickly human you. Apparel. Okay, so it's very wedge. It's very just, you know, Cold War jets. SR Gamer, true. At the XD69, okay, very nice. Yeah, no, it's just, it's very clearly just, you know, Cold War jet. Not much commentary on it. I do like the pattern. The rainbow was very tastefully added. It wasn't like garish. It actually does work with the design, which is nice. The trail effects is a little bit garish, I'll admit. But obviously it's for Pride Month, right? So it makes sense. But no, not bad. Cockpit looks good as well. Very nice. Would love to see some greebling on it, like maybe like a refuel import or stuff like that. But all small details, right? Except so you guys should have worked in a landing gear interior. But yeah, alright, back to the lecture about the ice. Yeah, so this is a great example of something where it's better to rebuild it than to try and tear it down and redo it. Because this would be mind-numbing to have to redo all of these as deco. So I'm just gonna rebuild it correctly, right? So that's why I'm saying don't be afraid to rebuild stuff. I also have to make it bigger because the Ashigaru was kind of like the Ashigaru is going to end up being the same size because Gravitas hope sloped it. Which Gravitas, I'm still expecting that update, by the way. When am I going to get the update for the Ashigaru Gravitas where it doesn't have the interior of it? Actually, you know what? No, I am going to out Gravitas for this because it is. Oh, it's a choice that Gravitas did in here. Let's just take a look inside Gravitas' little ship here. So, first one, there's supposed to be an entire hull in here because the ice covers the alloy hull. So, Gravitas kind of forgot about the iron hull. Perhaps even the iron fleet. Oh? That was strange. And then, yeah, same thing on this side. So, we're gonna have to redo. Honestly, this might be one of those ones too where it might be better to rebuild, but we'll see how it goes. Is either rebuild it to be smaller, or you have to gut the interior and completely redo it. Once I finish building other stuff, but you don't build other stuff, Gravitas. You just play Terra Invicta. Now, I'll probably bounty this week. I will probably be doing some bounties for the custom campaign this week. I'm gonna bounty out 2 more Silver Snow designs, I think, and then I'm going to go from there. I think what I'll do is I'll bounty out 2 mono hull designs. I build half of upper stuff. Hey, join the club, I do too. Yeah, because I do, as much as it's cool having the catamaran design, I do agree that it's going to get old eventually, so I think what I'll do is I'll bounty out 2 mono hull designs for you guys. And then I will, I'll work on the larger style as well, because I don't want to have just the same Fire Nation bridge for everywhere. So I want to do some, like, based off, like, Japanese castle designs as well. Make them a little bit thicker. Maybe some ice pillars going up. The new rigging mod is going to be great for being able to just have, like, you know, rigging that has icicles on it. It's going to be so cool. Very excited for that. But it'll be fun to build around, honestly. Actually, do I want to release bounty? I probably won't release bounties, now that I think about it. I've been explaining for the longest time now. Oh yeah, and then we have an airship variant based off the Fire Nation airships that we will eventually finish, I'm sure. Carson did a great job on the balloon, and I haven't used it for like the last 2 years. And, oh, we had this as well, right. I remember someone tried building this, which was curious. Not the biggest fan of it. It's a little bit too much flat space, but had some interesting ideas on it, so that's why I kept it. And then I have the torpedo bomber here, which is based off the Equalist biplane. And this is one of my favorite. I think this is by far my favorite plane design I've ever made. It just looks so fucking clean. God, I want to see this campaign finish so goated. Hey, well, you can help build towards it. Drive, actually, yeah, Driver, you're a really good builder. You could absolutely help build towards it. You, I would give a bounty to. Because I know you'd build to the same quality where I don't have to... The reason why I don't do bounties for this custom campaign is because I don't want to have to take other people's stuff and fix it. Because fixing is what I do for my Kotal stuff. I would rather just be able to build myself, and that's where I get a lot of the fun, right? Just building stuff myself. But there's a few of you where I trust you'd be able to build decently. So I could just send you the designs and go from there, right? Yeah, no, this is by far one of my favorite planes so far I've ever made. It's not even done yet. I still gotta add the torpedo on the bottom and do some icicles on it. But, no, I've been very much enjoying building for this campaign. Then I tried to do a fighter variant and it just doesn't work as well. Oh, come on, get over here, you. Like, the idea is there, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I might just make 2 biplanes, honestly. But yeah, I think that answers the questions about all of that. Give me an idea and I can do some stuff? Sure. Actually, if you want to make a monohull Silver Snow Shogunate, I would not mind. Just do like a little like patrol boat monohull. So a little bit of an ice bow, some torpedoes, maybe a little like APS. Maximum. Let me go check my volume actually. What was the Ashigaru? Let's say maximum 2K volume. Yeah, because the Ashigaru is going to be 6K. So we'll probably just have to completely rebuild the Ashigaru. The Ronin was going to be... I think the Ronin's going to be 10K. Yeah, because I was going to give the Ashigaru, I think, 7.5 or something like that. To be able to fix it. I quite like the design. Gotta DM me the rules? Just remind me sometime later this week. There's not many rules aside from just keep it in style and just have fun with it. Just, honestly, just try building the style and see what you can make. And maybe try a bounty for it? Yeah, no, I'll bounty out a single monohull Silver Snow just so you guys have a crumb of stuff. Alright, let's swap over to just chatting for a bit. Well, I say just chatting. I'm just gonna be sitting here. Alright, so, this week's plan. I will be getting the... What's it called done? The Sparta video done. I just have 2 more voiceovers to do and then just edit those together. All the footage is done though. So Sparta will be out hopefully tomorrow at the latest. Hopefully tonight, but yeah, and then what else? FTD will be doing Friday and Monday next week. Or so this week's Friday and then Monday they'll be like, you know, so we have 5 days and then 7 days until the next FTD session. Got any more FTD content prepped? Yeah. I tend to do streams. Ignore the chat, I haven't fixed it, it's just chatting screen yet. Saturday will be Kenshi. And then Sunday will probably be either Stellaris or EU5. I kind of want to try out the 1.3 beta for EU5. So we'll see how that goes. But, any more content for FTD preps for vids? Not right now. I'm focused on Sansa 6 right now. I'll come back to so the finish, I'm building an FTD on the streams right now. And then I'm going to make a video with the Deep Water Guard only campaign. So there's not really much content until my Deep Water Guard builds are done. Which, as you saw from the name of that folder, I started this project back in 2024, so... That's where we'll be right now, I think. But yeah. Aside from that, you all have a wonderful time. Stick around for the raid, you'll get an extra rock. I think you get 300 rocks if you stick around for the raid. And then, you know, you can always just hop out afterwards, or you can lurk in the raiders, because we're probably going to raid into one of my friends. Actually, is there anyone else doing FTD? Let's always check that first. Nope, I'm the only person doing FTD right now, Sag. Alright, in that case, I do see Rufus Ooh, Rufus is on his subathon right now. Yeah, let's go see what Rufus is up to. Well, let's go make sure Rufus isn't raiding into me first, because I did go extra long today. Yeah, no, Rufus is still doing so. Let's go raid Rufus. It's been a while since I've raided Rufus. Rufus is a good friend of mine who also plays FTD. They're not doing it right now, but they probably will sometime in their just like little subathon there. So let's go raid them. We have the new emotes now, actually. What did I call it? Did I just call it Gar? Or Scar, there we go. So we're gonna use the new emotes. If you are subscribed, you get these automatically. If you're not, no worries, you can switch it out for whichever emote you have access to. There's quite a few freebies that I give you guys. So do pay attention to those, of course. I said Joe was hitting us like a wrench when there isn't enough recoil absorption. True. Alright, so there is our raid message. If you've never participated in a raid before, just copy paste the message into Rufus' chat when we get there. And I think that's gonna be all for me today. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.